Hello everyone, I am Tacet and I hope you all are having a good Saturday and weekend so far. So today, of course, no new content on the Friday, so we are mainly going to be gold farming since we will be needing it for the new kingdom that will be coming out soon, TM. As soon as the new patch comes out, we are likely to be getting a kingdom around 1 to 3 or so weeks after the fact. So, of course, we'll need a bunch of gold to get a bunch of gold keys if we want to get the new common to mythic. Main reason I say that is I believe the new kingdom is only coming in with 8 troops. So, to initially have it, the 5-star kingdom on it, you do have to have every single troop within the kingdom all the way fully leveled, ascended, all that. All 3 traits, level 20, and all 8 of them. So, we are going to be aiming for that goal. Should still be able to reach it, even if we don't have millions of gold by then. The other alternative is, well, we could grind it then. But of course I want to get some of it down beforehand, just so we don't have to do it later. But anyways, hello Jeff, hello Bunny Killer, hello Abdullah, hello Churros, hello Techni, hello Watcher, hello Wisely, hello hello Icarus, and hello Antonius. Welcome all, welcome. Also, for whatever reason, I did notice that earlier. The stream from last night still only rendered out to 2 hours. Why, I do not know. But YouTube likes to be weird like that sometimes. But, yeah, that's YouTube's issue, not mine. Because I noticed there was, like, an alarming amount of dislikes on it. It had, like, 10% dislikes, gasp. But no, if you're wondering, like, why it's only showing 2 hours, it's because, YouTube being weird. It just didn't render it all out for whatever reason. Can't really help that. Hello, Frag Hunter. Welcome. So oh, well, first move. That wasn't an extra turn. Wow, you can tell it's still early in the morning. That was definitely an extra turn. What? Hold up. That was 100% an extra turn. Why did it not take it as one? What? That's strange. Okay, that was not me taking the wrong move. That was it moving the wrong move. I swiped that gem down and then it moved the one below it above. That wasn't me making a mistake. What? Okay, that's a weird way to start. Okay. Game. What are you doing? You guys saw that, right? That definitely wasn't just me. I just watched it like 5 times on replay. Okay, let's go take the, brown down. Grab the blues because he's about to convert it with Valkyrie, so he has nothing to do. And then we just take a blue of our own, cast that out, get the extra turn. Oh, he's using that team. I didn't even realize he's using Tesla. That could be a problem. We actually have a lot of armor on this team. He could actually win off of, wow, I can't remember the last time I've actually lost that team. It's because we don't have enough loop. This is why you normally see me running standard Divine team and other similar things. Well, we can still out-damage him, but if we can't get rid of barriers, that will be a bit of a problem. So we'll go through that in there. If anything, almost it's giving Tesla the win, but at least we can get one of their kills here. Oh good, he goes for Tesla right there. So move that over. This isn't wipe, but hopefully we kill one of the 2 front lines, if not both. Okay, good. We killed both of them down. Now we just have to kill the other 2 that got barriered right there. He has a Valkyrie, but there are almost nothing that can actually land on at the moment. With that being said, I'm going to take that purple. Oh, come on! It got replaced with another double. I did that so it wouldn't have an option, but nope, still got it. Okay, we'll go for this into Rowan, and that's match. If it doesn't backfire somehow. There we go, and that's match. Well, that went pretty bad initially, but there we go. Did you miss anything last night? Oh yes, I should probably go over that now. I didn't actually bring it back up. But yes, they had some spoiler image on pets. One of them we kind of already went over prior, but there was a new one that literally came out during the stream pretty much. Came out like a half an hour beforehand. But I guess I'll go over those again. I did it last night's stream. I did it on the other stream. Though I think on the main stream I did yesterday, it's kind of blocked out because of the way it rendered out at the moment. But yeah, let me go and go bring this back up again. Might as well go and briefly go over them. Next patch hype. But yeah, 1 second. Let me go bring them up. Get them in their own little window. and just briefly go over them. Do keep in mind, it doesn't really show that much, but it's all we have. So we gotta work with what we've got. Oh wait, did they just post another one 15 hours ago? Oh yeah, next patch is like very soon, TM. Wait. Oh, never mind. This is the same one. Never mind. My bad. I thought it was another one on top of that. No, because it said 15 hours ago, but that's the same one from earlier. My bad. Where'd it go? Oh no, I want it in its own little thing. What are you doing, Facebook? I'm so Facebook illiterate. It's not bringing it up as its own little page. Why? Fine, I'll bring it up like that. Let's see. Where's the other one? There it is. Let me bring that one up. Why? It does it for that one. That's weird. When I do that one, it brings up in its own little page, but if I take the other one, it doesn't. Strange. Well, I'll open this up in a new tab. I'm pretty sure that's not going to make it work, but... Nope. Okay. Plan B. Click on it. Click on it and enlarge it. There we go. Plan B has worked. So let me go bring this up real quick. So, pets. We do have some info on pets, which we have already gone over, but I might as well go over it again for anyone who might not have seen it. This will probably be the last time in a while that we'll be going over it, though. Since we already have a couple times now. Where'd it go? I'm looking for the window capture. There it is. There is the window capture. And there is the spoilers. It says large spoilers, gosh. Let me go and resize this slightly. And there we are. Okay, anyways. We have two things to show that are related to the pets. So first off, we have this little thing. We have, enlarge this. Not like it helps much, but we have a cat. But yes, we can see actually quite a bit of information on this one screen. It's the most information they've actually shown us so far as what pets are like. Of course, they keep doing it in excessively vague little images. But we can see several things from this. We can see that pets are related to kingdoms. We can see that some or most of them will actually be associated with resource gains. In this case, it is a purple loot pet. Not sure if all of them are loot pets, but this one ends up doing EXP, as we could tell from the little EXP lamp and the fact that it literally says EXP right there. It seems to be boosting based on its level. So at level 5, 10, 15, I assume 20, it ends up gaining a additional benefit, as we can see that it's already at level 5. It seems to use souls in some way, shape, or form, which makes sense given that it has a leveling system. This leveling system would probably be more than a standard troop. There appears to be quite a few dozen pets as well, assuming every single one of those back there actually are pets. So this could be something like weapons, where there's almost hundreds of them. Highly doubt there'll be that many pets initially, but it does appear like there will be quite numerous amounts of pets. But yeah, it will require souls in some way, shape, or form. This appears to be on the same screen that troops and everything else are at, because you can see troops and teams, and that thing right there should say troops, and that's, I believe, says weapons, so on and so forth. So this looks like the same setup where you would go to choose your team and everything. Though someone did mention, though I have not seen 100% confirmation, though I'm pretty sure whoever said it was correct, that all pets will be active at once, which seems kind of interesting, which would get rid of the slight problem that, of course, if it wasn't all active at once, whatever the most overpowered pet is what every single person would be using. So that's kind of nice if they are all active at once, because you could just use whatever pet on your shoulder that you like visually the best, instead of just using whichever one is the most overpowered. That's initially what happened with all the armors in the game, but after about a year later, they made it so you could visually set one and then effectively have a different one active. So of course everyone has either Dragon Armor or Death Knight Armor active, whereas they might wear something completely different as their actual armor. And that's the same way pets will pretty much be, except all of them will be active instead, and then you could just visually use whatever one you want. Other than that, we can see a major power orb there. Not sure exactly how that's rewarded or what on earth is up with that. There also seems to be some kind of pet mastery here, in the same kind of little EXP format, like how the Soul Forge is set up. Not quite sure how you get that up, as all the text here is absolutely unreadable, so not much to really say there. It says rescued pet, and on the next thing that we're showing, it actually shows that you can rescue pets. This one actually shows a lot less, but one thing it does show is pet rescue. A pet rescue has been triggered for you and your guild. Mini Mimic is in danger. Mini Mimic has been captured. There isn't much time before the villains escape. You only have 59 minutes remaining. This seems to be like some kind of time-based thingy. Not sure how commonly they would occur. Hopefully it has a long amount of time to actually claim these, because if it was only like a few hours, that would be ridiculously bad. But if it gave you like 1, 2, 3 days to go and do whatever these random things that pop up are, then that'd be perfectly fine. My concerning thing about that is it only says 59 minutes, so if this was to randomly occur and it only lasted for an extremely short duration of time, that would be very, very bad. But if it's like a couple days or, you know, a very long amount of time, that'd be perfectly fine. I'm just concerned that it might be something like extremely quick, where you only have a super small time frame to actually get it. But we'll see exactly how that pans out as far as that. I'm not sure every means in which we'll have to obtain pets, but we do see that the pet rescue is definitely one of them. Not sure exactly how that will pan out or anything like that. But apparently it likes to notify you a lot about it, which could start to get annoying if you didn't already do it yet. But yeah, we'll have to see how it pans out. That's currently pretty much everything we know about pets, unfortunately. Very, very little. Other than that, there should be about several dozen of them, and we do visually know what a few of them will look like, because she has kind of spoiled them. Though, based on the screenshot, there appears to be a lot more than we think. Well, we'll have to see. Anyways, that's pretty much everything we have to say with that. They gave very vague information, and those 2 screenshots are like almost all of the information we have. There's a little information we have currently. But soon, TM. Very soon, TM. We shall get it, hopefully. And then we get to see it firsthand. She also said it'll take a while to grind them out, and she's curious which ones people will focus out. So apparently you will be able to focus out specific pets. You'll probably also be able to get some through rescuing, but there appears to be some kind of method where we'll be able to specifically focus down the ones we want. How we do that, we do not know, but Salty did kind of spoil that, because she said she's curious which ones people will go for first, meaning we should be able to go for anyone we want immediately, in some way, shape, or form, hopefully. And I definitely hope it's grindable in an infinite way, because that would be something really fun to grind, getting every single pet in the game. Definitely want to go and try doing that for sure. So I need to switch into a real team for this. It's a revenge battle, so we're going to need that higher win rate to go kill this out with. Also, Nyx is still very annoying, even after nerf. It's a lot more balanced now, at least, but it's still just as annoying as it's ever been. If you're using anything that's 12 or less mana cost, it's basically the exact same troop. There's no difference with it. The only thing where it really makes a difference on is when you're using Legends and Mythics. All other rarities, it's essentially unchanged. Which is fine. Let's see. Also, I haven't bothered changing my team either. I still use the exact same thing as my core defend team, even though it technically got nerfed a little. But more often than not, you barely even notice it. That Nyx has been changed at all. It's just a bit more balanced when it's hitting on something with ridiculously high mana. Okay, and then we'll throw a furnace down, and that would pretty much be that. Do we? No, we do not. I was gonna say, if we could get like a scope poke in there, that'd be perfect, because that would actually be match right there, but oh well. The Nyx will survive with barely any HP. And, oops, we're entangled. Hello. Well, we'll go throw that down, and that'll be that. The gnome, the treasure gnome can be found anywheres. If you're talking about the treasure gnome. The treasure gnome can be found in PvP, in Explorer, in challenges, in, I believe in quest lines as well. Pretty much anywheres where you would normally play on a regular basis. The locations where you cannot find a treasure gnome are mainly just things like raids, invasion, guild wars, dungeons. Locations where it's a limited amount of battles. Or something that's supposed to be slightly competitive. Well, I guess technically PvP is too. But mainly just in like the guild-oriented stuff. And dungeons are the only locations. And also not during tutorials, but that's kind of to be expected. And not really relevant to most people. That only occurs like a lot during when you're first starting out in the game. Okay, we don't have Ishabella right now. I mean Ishbala. So we'll go throw that down. See if we have alignment. We do not. Throw in Furnace at it. Hopefully get alignment off of that. But if nothing else, we got Scope Poke. No, we do not. And we don't even have Mercy either. I guess we'll just go and get it to full mana and Furnace it down, and that will pretty much be that. We got a magic buff, so it's doing 48 damage per poke. which is definitely enough damage to hit it quite hard. And do we go throw a Diviner in here? We'll just go throw this. Yeah, why not? Get that in there. Double Skull, dead. Let's see. Do you have a video somewhere for Guild War color and defend teams for people without mythics? I've done a strategy video in the past, which has kind of been my way of doing it without mythics. I've never done a specific here are teams that you can use kind of video, mainly because the meta for it changes a lot, and it's a lot better just to teach the strategy for it than to actually show a bunch of teams. But maybe eventually I will go do a team thing video for it. The only big issue with that is it will become outdated like a month or two after the fact I do it. But people have been requesting, so if nothing else, I could go and at least do one. But it will become outdated excessively quick. Like, if I did one now, it's going to become outdated the second Doom Skulls get added in, like, 1 month. But if you just search, like, Gems of War Defend, or Gems of War Guild War Defend, I believe either of those two will bring up something for my channel, going over general strategy for it. And also, if you have any questions about it, I could just answer it as well. Well, we'll go take the yellow over. Take a Skull Poke. He'll throw Mercy, which only gets him a single thing. We'll go for all the mana. Didn't even really need all that mana, but more mana is better than not more mana. Throw the Infernus down. Oh, remember when this team used to be really good? Pre-Corvash nerf, this was actually the most popular team in the game. But then they nerfed Corvash. I honestly do not feel like they needed to nerf Corvash, but they did. And now barely anyone uses him. He only gets ran for a few things. When it's ran with Honor for armor buffing, for Guild Wars, and for some niche true damage teams. And that's about it. Everything else, it essentially never gets ran in anymore. That's weird. We don't have any alignment. Okay, I'm going to go for this, and I know there's going to be a lot of backfire, but apparently not. Never mind. Good Cascade for once. And down it goes off all that. Do we have any easy battles here? Let's go take our 1 trophy and grab it for gold. Oh, that would be funny if he actually goes for the war. I didn't even notice that. It's going to take him forever to get the mana. Oh, never mind. Well, Treasure Gnome. Speaking about Treasure Gnomes, we were just mentioning something about them. But yeah, we're in PvP right now, and you can see he's here. But they appear in PvP, Explore, Challenges, all those kind of things. All the kind of general game modes that you grind out infinitely. So we'll go throw that down, get a Rowan down. Is that one-shot Rowan? I think we need a armor buff. So we'll go double that, and that should be the 1 wipe. And down it goes. And what do we get off the Treasure Gnome? Come on, Volky, we haven't gotten one for ages. 2,500 gold, I don't need that. That's like 1 PvP battle. Not even if it's revenge or something. Oh well, better than nothing, I guess. I'll go back to normal team. Don't want to have to deal with the Fizzbang. Fizzbang can be really annoying when it feels like wanting to be good. Just Goblin teams in general, when it feels like winning, is really annoying. It either will want to win or do nothing. One of the two. Right now it's deciding to do nothing because it got its green/yellow up, which doesn't really do much. But if it decides to get its blue/purple up, or I mean blue, purple, brown, red, and it decides to just explode like crazy, that's when it feels like winning. And then we just auto lose pretty much. Every team in the game auto loses to it, assuming you haven't frozen them yet. Well, what do we even need to move here? We'll just throw an Infernus down. Actually, you know what? Let's go grab another burn. I forget if I refreshed it yet. So now we know for sure it has been refreshed. We're mostly trying to figure out good non-mythic teams for green and purple days since you seem to struggle. Also, general strategy for defend since you thought they had to be colors until this week. Oh yeah, they do not. Your defense do not have to be the exact same color. You can just use whatever strongest teams you have. You basically just use whatever teams you use for PvP while trying to figure out how to use them with 24 uniques, which is generally the harder part. It's easy to come up with a few really good defend teams. the biggest issue, and one of the reasons why it's hard to suggest teams in general, is you have to not repeat between 24 different troops. And if you're missing, let's say, one troop, you have to go a completely different team, which may make it so you can't do one of my other teams that I might mention, which makes it ridiculously hard to actually do all 6 teams that I may mention at a given time, because you would have to have all 24 troops, if to do whatever 26 teams I mention at any point. But as far as defense, basically start off by building whatever your PvP team is now. Well, for one, just use that as one of your teams. And then try building about 2 to 3 additional really good ones for defense. Then from there, you basically just have to scrap together based on themes of a current day. Red Day tends to be 4 times dwarves because it works decently given the dwarf that does 3 times to reds. And basically every single day tends to get situated around a single troop for defend, simply because they're on every single colored day. There's always something that is pretty decent compared to everything else that you might be able to use. Goblins, full 4 times goblins is pretty common as well to use for one of them, because you wouldn't really use them within the context of mixing and matching them with other troop types. So they tend to get used all in the same day. Same as dwarves, as I mentioned. And you want to find like those niche combinations that you have that you wouldn't really throw into any other team, but together they would actually function on a given day. Like there's another one that tends to get used quite a bit too, though it does use up like every mana drain option. Going full mana drain on a day. Scion Ragnagord in general is actually pretty solid. But yeah, some people still like using that team, particularly on Yellow Day, because you get the Spirit Fox if you want to go down that route. Spirit Fox is ridiculously annoying as I switch over to pure Yellow team. This actually does work against it, mainly because of Diviner. But yeah, as far as invading, of course you have to go pure color each day. You said you are struggling with green and purple. For Green Day, I'd probably say go Dark Maiden into a bunch of green spammers. Not sure if you have Web Spinner, but Dark Maiden and Web Spinner is enough pretty much to win. Alternatively, you could go down the Glitter Claw route if you happen to have a Glitter Claw laying around. You can go and use a... you would need to find one big green troop that you have, damage-wise. There's also one coming in on Monday that might be able to help you for that. But find one green troop that you have damage-wise, and then feed it with a Glitter Claw or Dark Maiden, and just go down and basically mana generate it, keep spamming its ability, and win out that way. But yeah, there's a new troop coming in on Monday. If you happen to have some spare event keys, it's going to be really good on brown and green Guild War Day, particularly brown, but green, it will still be effective if you don't have other options. It's basically like a Sylvania Mora, except it does even more damage, pretty much. It doesn't have the Entangle aspect, but it has way more damage than what a Sylvania Mora would. Do we have a lineman here? Yes, we do. So I am going to go for that because I want to kill out Scion. This also makes it so our thing does more damage, our Infernus. So I'll go grab that in there. Get that down. Throw another one. Too bad he has 1 HP left, but it'll still die out to that. Hello, Mehmet. Welcome. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I haven't even been doing that much this week. I should probably go bring it back. I love that team so much. Yeah, I've barely been touching it at all. The whole Bombot team. It's been ages since I've used this as a core team, and we still have the hero class set and everything for it. So yeah, let me go do it. Might as well. What specific lineup are you running? Are you bothering to run it with Clockwork? Let me see. Bombot. I might not even put a Deep Borer in there. I might just go the Clockwork version of it. It's a lot slower doing it that way. But, wait, why would I go Black Manacles then? There's kind of no reason to do that. I might as well go, Dawnbringer. Okay. So we'll give this a shot. A little bit different than how I would normally do it, but we'll see what happens. Banner. I guess it's a double brown, so we rush it. I don't think there's a minus banner we could use. It's minus green, but minus green banners, I think there's 2 of them, but neither of them give us the colors we need on this particular team. Yeah, both of the +2 brown banners, yeah, or both have minus purple in them, so we just go double brown, I guess, because this doesn't have anything negative that would affect us. And he's using... What on earth is that team? Oh, never mind. We're up against a 1 trophy. I was going to say, why is this team so weird? That would be why. We're up against a 1 trophy. Okay, so we'll go take that immediately. 4 times in the full mana. I guess we go and protect ourselves. One side effect of Dawnbringer right now is we'll be able to go and keep all of our... oops, I already won. Well then, oops. That went quick. We can keep all of our bomb bots alive by doing that. Okay, well then. Let's go try this on this one trophy, I guess. I can technically probably use this on 2 trophies. But since we're getting the 400 gold, I might as well do it on the easier battles. So we're going to move that over. Move that over. Brown to the other one. We get blue out of it as well. And see if we can get anything else rolling here. We have this to go throw down. I guess we can do this into... Well, I have to manually take brown, though. That or I have to take purple and then get all of its mana and hope for a cascade. It's going to be 1 mana short, though, so that's probably not worth it. Manually taking purple would... I mean, manually taking brown would be the best here, though it's not available anywheres. And I can't just use it on brown. That would be kind of counterproductive. No. Nothing I could do here. I guess we just go and try getting Dawnbringer back up. Oh, there we go, finally. So we'll go grab that, double bomb bot, and then double cast. And then we even have Dawnbringer on top of that. Actually, we could probably take out a 3 trophy with this if they don't have quick physical damage. We'll give it a shot. Never mind, they have quick physical damage. That also has quick physical damage. Never mind. Well, we'll go and try finding easier battle here then. Easier battle? There we go. They're in there somewheres. Also, hello Richie! Hello Ross! Welcome, welcome. Oh, yeah, no problem, Richie. And if you have any questions, let me know. Alright, we don't have any drop. Oh, yes, we do. What am I saying? We take a brown to yellow and go grab all that. Purple or brown would be ideal here. Neither are available. Oh, hello, purple. Never mind. Well, then. 12 plus purple would be good. None of that, so we'll go and I guess just grab Dawnbringer mana. Go get that down so we have barrier. We don't have any brown takes, which we need. Skull, I could just ignore because I don't really need it. AoEs are the main thing we need. And then throw Bomb Bot into wind, and that's that. I don't need any follow-up. And even if I did, we had Dawnbringer just sitting there off an extra turn. So that would be that. Okay, let's go back to this. Do I do 1 trophy PvP? No, I think we just clear this out real quick with the Divine team. We'll do Divine against Divines. He's using that other team. I don't know exactly what to call it. But it's the, I guess, Mercy Gorgolfa and Furnace version of that team. Oh, wait. I just had Mercy alignment. I didn't go for it. Fail. I should have done that because now he might get it off of his own Mercy. Then again, maybe not. I'm going to actually take a Skull, as weird as that may seem, because I want to bait him out into using Mercy. And he did exactly that. So I didn't get to use my Mercy, but I made him use my Mercy for me. Or I used his Mercy to use Mercy for myself. So we'll go get that cleanse. And now we're pretty much good to go after that. Let's go and get some Skull Poke on it. He does have 75% reduction, but still, that's damage. More damage is still good, even if it is reduced crazily high. They did say they were eventually getting magic protection as well, against abilities and stuff. Currently, it's going to take them a while, though, because, of course, the way that abilities do damage quite a bit different than how skulls do damage. But hopefully that will come into play eventually. Also, I'm really curious what will happen with Doom Skull and reductions. If it works anything like Puzzle Quest and such, and how skulls currently work in Gems of War, mitigation will not work on the Doom Skulls, which is going to be a little bit annoying, because that means you would automatically have that extra damage, especially if you destroy it off of, like, let's say mass explosions, like at Furnace or something. That's going to start becoming very, very powerful as a mechanic. But we'll see exactly how it functions. Also, hello, Mr. Lonely. Hello, Donsonator. Welcome, welcome. Why am I not using the new troop for 400 gold? I am. I'm just not using it on every single battle. But I am using it on quite a few battles. It's just on some battles, it's more efficient to just win it quickly with a real team than it is to bother with the 400 gold thing. Or at least this late in the game it is. You can't run it on every single battle, unless you're specifically only taking 2 or 1 trophies. Okay, let's go and let's go try it against goblins. I'm probably gonna regret this. Let's go try the bomb bot version of this team against goblins. Biggest issue will be getting brown quick enough to actually make this work. Okay, we'll take that over. take the mass amount of blue, which we need for Dawnbringer. Never mind, we already have full mana, but I have to take it because I can't just leave it there. I guess we take a brown now. As long as it surges, we're good to go. And it didn't surge, good job. I guess we'll have to waste another turn just to grab that. And now we should be good to go. So we'll throw a Dawnbringer. That'll barrier everything up. We'll now take a bunch of manas. How do I do this? I guess we take away blue. I'm not actually going to take that purple right now. Then again, we do get red out of it. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to go for that now. And we'll move that over. And we'll take that over. And I don't really have much to use this on, so I guess we'll go for the extra turn that's sitting there. I do have to remove brown to do that, but since we already got all of our brown mana up, that's not going to matter much. We'll go and get ourselves a double bomb bot here. I don't think I need a recast. I could try for it, but I think we already have enough damage. And there we go. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. A little bit of a clunky start to have to do for it because you have to get so much brown mana. Yeah, that is some decent damage. At least this week with the 20% on everything. Not sure if this would really work post after this week. But as this current moment in time, it definitely gets the job done, that is for sure. Okay, I don't have any removal right there. That would actually be very convenient if we did. I'm tempted to still take the purple, though. Because if he took that move, that would have been so much mana since he needs it for his Sunbirds. He's going to get quite a bit of damage on us. I'm going to need to take a brown, though there's no manual way to take it, so we'll wait a turn. Well, there goes him taking that. That is a little unfortunate. We do have barrier on everything, so at least we have that going. But, yeah, that skull is kind of pointless for me to even take because he's just going to get it right back, so no point. I am so tempted to throw this on brown or something. You know what? Let's do it on purple because that will get all of the buff and we still get all of the mana back. So from here, we'll just go take a manual brown and that's that. We'll just throw a double bomb bot and that's match. And if it's not matched, we can throw Dawnbringer at it. And that's match. Yeah, that is a surprisingly high amount of damage. You get the armor on everything, you then just go and get the browns you need, and then it just takes out everything. Oh, he has Wisp. That might actually get in the way since it will hit us immediately. It also dispels away our thing. Let's see. What do we even need to go and move around? What do we need to move? I guess we take the... No, we can't take the brown because he's just sitting there on the mana. So I'll go try getting that down. Oh, you know what? We can take the yellow, get the green, get all that into each other. We even get an extra turn off the top, which works out quite nicely. Don't think I can reach the other thing, though. Oh, so hello, Sai. Welcome. Hello, Alfie. Are there any good Guild War teams without Gorgolfa and Furnace, Elamagrim, and Divine Ishabala? Let's see. Dawnbringer. No, I know what you're trying to say. Web Spinner Infinite Loop. Yasmin Infinite Loop. Let's see. Alchemist Moneylender with Queen Titania double up. Same as Yagwe. Same as almost every troop in the game. You could even just go double Goblin Rocket. It's actually a really cheap, efficient team. I don't personally use it a lot with double Goblin Rocket because it's so ridiculously slow this late in the game. But if you didn't have any other option, it's pretty much an auto-win team. It might take a little while, but it does auto-win. Okay, I need to not use Dawnbringer because he's just going to get rid of it with Wisp. I should have probably taken a purple before I taken that brown. Because now we're kind of stuck not being able to get that mana we need. Because there's no browns on this board. Where's all the brown? There's like 5 brown on the board when we need brown the most out of any color. And they're nowheres to be seen. Well, now let's at least go for a Dawnbringer. To protect ourselves from that. There's some of the brown we need, except I have to take this yellow first. Which makes it so we can't take a brown. Good job. I probably shouldn't have done it in that order. But figured we'd try it. I kind of want to throw this down, and I think I will. We don't actually get anything out of it, but we can take a brown take next turn. So we'll go grab that, take the skull. Hopefully it surges. And we should be good to go from here. Ideally, we'll still need another brown, or we still need to go find another brown somehow. But hopefully we'll find that. But let's just go throw this down. Get our damage down. Oh, oops, Christine X. You're doing your little summon thing. Okay, let's just go and get our blue then. Go just right into Dawnbringer, get our mana that way. Still need one more brown. I guess we'll go manually take it over here. Throw Dawnbringer, do that, and just double up. Let me do Dawnbringer first because he's going to Christine X. I don't want to kill something. And there we go. Now we just have to go and poke it like 2 times, or actually more than that, because we don't even have the ability to do that. I need to go and get like Dawnbringer or something, so we'll go do that, take that over there. And that does nothing. And again, that will do nothing. I have to double Dawnbringer him. It's the only way we're actually going to kill him out. So we'll go through that down. And one more will do it. There's no way he could really win, but it's a little annoying that he got summoned. That tends to be the annoying thing with just using Dawnbringer teams in general, though. I mean, not Dawnbringer. Using what's it called? Bombot teams in general. Is they have a really high initial impact. But if they revive, summon, or do anything that creates a new troop that hasn't been hit by the Bombots, it can be really hard to actually kill it out. Simply because you're just stuck with your hero weapon to do 100% of your damage. Which is, of course, quite annoying to have to do. But anyways, let's go and clear out one trophy. Before you go, can you tell you if you know when the next kingdom is coming out? The next kingdom is coming out 1 to 3 weeks after the next update. The next update is coming out soon, TM. We do not know when it's coming, but probably very soon. No official date has been given, but for all we know, it could be next week. Could be anywhere from next week till like 2 or 3 weeks from now. Then next update. And then the thing will be a few weeks after that. I don't believe it's coming out with the update. Very rarely do they ever actually release new kingdoms with the updates. They have, I think, once or twice, but normally they don't. Normally comes a little bit after the fact. The main reason for this is because they want to fix whatever bugs end up occurring when they release the new patch. It's not a matter of if they occur, it's a matter of they will occur and they need to fix them. So they don't like to add a new kingdom when a new patch comes out, just so they can get everything situated. But yeah, soon TM, very, very soon TM is the best explanation to that. Hey, we got a revenge battle. Let me play it safe and go into a real team. Oh, by the way, let me go into the other team that I was referring to. I didn't even bother using it, even though I just mentioned it. Alchemist, Moneylender, Yagway, Queen Titania, or Alchemist, Moneylender, double Queen Titania, or Alchemist, Moneylender, Goblin Rocket, and any red troop that is even remotely viable, or Alchemist, Goblin Rocket, double Goblin Rocket, which is obviously the cheapest one, though not necessarily the best one, unfortunately, just because it's pretty slow. It's good in that it will pretty much always win, but it's bad in that it's a little bit slow to be running for your normal PvP team. But if you don't have anything else early on in the game and you needed high win rate for whatever reason, it would work out nicely. You could also kill people like 10 times your level with it, just because you could infinitely loop into the win. Might take forever, but you would win. Well, we got the gold down, so we just throw that in there. Yagway if we can, otherwise Queen Titania. Actually, pretty much every time we have 13 plus, we throw Queen Titania. I guess we'll just take it red to blue to everything else. Actually, you know what? Let's take the brown to all of that. Get the extra turn. See if we have that. We do. Throw that down. Get her down if we have it. Throw it down. Get another Yagway down and dead. But, yeah, it's pretty strong. We don't even have Mythic Yagway yet. Not like it would make that big of a difference, but it is a few more damage. I think that would be about 3 to 4 more damage. It does not work against freeze, though. Do keep that in mind. So if you're up against a freeze, don't. This team will not function against it. Unless you get it going before they freeze you, which is definitely possible. Though if they do freeze you, it's a good chance of losing the battle. That is for sure. That's pretty much every infinite loop team, though. Or at least every infinite loop team that doesn't have a cleanse. And this one, of course, does not have a cleanse. There's no room for it. We'll go through the Alchemist there. Get the mana we need. Moneylender down. Come on, land. Yes, we get it. Don't have alignment, but we might have Alchemist somewhere. No, we do not. Never mind. Neither of those. So we'll just go grab that, I guess. That is exactly enough, so we will go throw that down. Double check on Alchemist again. I believe we still don't have anything for it, though. Nothing worth going for, that's for sure. So I guess we'll go for a Yagway here. Not the greatest as far as mana accumulation, but we get a recast, which will be the final blow to kill him out with. And down it goes. Double poke for the win. What are the best Glitterclaw teams? My favorite thing to run with Glitterclaw tends to be World Breaker into Glitterclaw. I know that's a little bit towards the more expensive side, though. It is probably the biggest thing I tend to run it with. Ooh, Nick's team. I think you can still take out Nick's team. I'm actually not certain. Probably a bad idea to try showing this on this team. But let me go replace out the Ferris Raw. I either use Ferris Raw or Glitterclaw, even though they don't have any remotely similar color, pretty much. I do tend to use either or on this team. Obviously, with Dragon Guard fully traded, though, I'm currently not using that class because we need mech for invasion. But then again, given that invasion's probably completed, I might not need mech anymore. But in the same vein, I kind of actually still do need mech, because if we're still using if we're still using Clockwork Sphinx teams, I'm still going to need it for that. So, yeah, but normally you would be using Dragon Guard class, not fully traded mech, obviously, since it's a full dragon team. And of course, like every full dragon team oh, why did I do that? There's like so many ways I could have given him that 5 times, and apparently that one was also one. But generally the first thing you're going to want to do is get your, what's it called? The, words. The Dragon Soul to full mana immediately. Either that or your Mountain Crusher, either or. Ideally, your Dragon Soul, though. And like you would with pretty much any Dragon Soul team. So go explode all that out. He's going to get a little bit going. Okay, maybe not yet. We are frozen on red, but I'm still going to go for it, though. So we'll go do that. I don't have Glitter Claw yet. He actually froze us on that color, which is a bit annoying. But we'll probably go for it in a second. We'll go throw some damage there. Get the 1 kill. I guess we just go for a non-extra turn Glitter Claw. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll still do that. It's not an extra turn, but we get the extra Fairy Fire in there. So he goes and gets the Drain. As you can see, he doesn't fully drain it anymore, though it still gets him ridiculous amount of value, regardless. Not an overpowered amount of value anymore, at least, but still really good. Before that would have zeroed it and done a bunch of other stuff on top of that, of course. Okay, let's go Dragon Soul just to tear those out, and then we simply go into the World Breaker, and that'll be that. Could have also Glitter Clawed there for extra turn, but we weren't frozen, so we could have actually gone for it, though there wasn't really much a need to. But that's pretty much the strongest thing to run it with. Some of the cheaper options, actually one of the better cheaper options will be to use it with the new troop on Monday, I think. As far as damage output would work out pretty well, but basically any green damage source is what you want to use for it. So anything that you might have around on green that does a lot of damage to everything on the opposing team would be the kind of things you'd want to use that combination with Glitter Claw. So it doesn't work with Dracula's though, do keep that in mind. Same as Crimson Bat. Oh wait, wait, does it work with Crimson Bat? I forget. I know it doesn't work with Dracula's because it's Life Steal, and for whatever reason it doesn't function with Life Steal. I think it does work with Crimson Bat though, because it's true damage, which is slightly different mechanic, even though they both seem like they do the exact same thing. Yeah, there's Glitter Claw. Where's all the green damage sources? I know they exist. Kraken, Hindla, KrissTigger. Actually, KrissTigger would probably be the best thing. You can actually get it next week off of Event Key Drop Pool as well. Both him and the new green troop will be in there. 2 really good green damage sources. Seriously, I thought there was more green damage than this. Is it just KrissTigger and Web Spinner and Yasmin, if people have Yasmin? And whatever other mythics, like World Breaker and stuff? Well, I guess technically Shocktopus, but not the greatest. Where did all the green damage go? Sylvania Moore is a little bit towards the lower side. The new trip coming in on Monday is pretty much just a stronger version of it. There's obviously World Breaker. I guess technically the Widow, if you end up getting that earlier, does a decent amount of AoE damage. And of course Web Spinner, as I mentioned earlier. And I guess technically Yagway, and of course Yasmin Loop, but that's mythic. Yeah, I didn't realize there's that few good green damage sources for AoEs. There are some still good damage sources, like Marilith and stuff, and other single targets. But not a lot of cheap AoEs. Well, I guess AoE in general isn't really mostly on cheaper troops. It's mostly on like Legends and Mythics. Oh, I forgot to name Grapple Pot as well. Grapple Pot's pretty good for that too. Yeah, most of them are like higher rarity. Ranger's really good for that early on in the game, but that's only like super early on in the game. Is that really viable? Is Magnus a good finisher for Brown Day? Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that it has decent damage and decent pretty much everything going for it. The biggest issue for it is very random stats effects, which can sometimes backfire, or not necessarily backfire, but when you need a specific stats effect, you're pretty much never going to get it, it feels like. But the biggest issue with him is he ends his turn when he does his ability. This isn't necessarily that bad of a thing, but generally you do want to be keeping it your turn as much as possible in Guild Wars. And you want to normally have high impact troops that also have at least a chance of retaining your turn. It's not mandatory, but it is pretty helpful. And given that Magnus is only an average amount of AoE damage, it's kind of average. Though yes, it's definitely pretty nice to use if you don't currently have other options. Generally, if you were to go something like that, I'd say something along the lines of Gorgolfa, Korvash, a mana generator, and Magnus would probably be your team then. As far as the other troop, I guess you could end up going Ragnagord if you wanted that quick mana. If you gave him a +1 red, you could just go and get him up immediately, throw him down, and get your team going. And win just simply using Corvash plus Magnus. Plus he'd do poison, so that would synergize with Corvash's true damage as well, because he does poison automatically off his ability if he doesn't do it off of random stats effects. Don't know if that would be enough damage, because you would basically be running Corvash as your main damage source, but you'd also be mixing physical and true damage, which can sometimes backfire mixing that up, but it's definitely worth trying. Some kind of Magnus team. It's not horrible. It's just not really something I would bother using personally in Guild Wars a lot. There currently isn't a really good physical damage Brown Day either. Unless you're going like the High Forge route. I guess you could go like High Forge Magnus combo. You wouldn't be able to go Ragnagord as your mana generator then. You could still go Gorgolfa, but you would need one other replacement in that team. Also, I didn't take this earlier. I noticed this, and I guess I just kind of wanted to have it on stream. But yeah, we got a Spring Imp. It's not really that relevant, but it is spring, so... Spring Imp and Spring. We can actually get any Imp from this. It's kind of funny we get the one that's currently available in the drop pool. Even though it's showing as Legend, we actually do already have it Mythicked. And anyways, that's that. And we even got green-themed things. Look at that. So spring-like. Anyways. Green, green, and green. Let's go back into... not against that. Gosh, no. No, 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 no. Let's just take this out real quick. With a... we'll do the Bombot version. Why not? It's actually been going pretty well for us. I don't think we've lost a single time with this. We definitely will. It's super easy to lose with this team. But surprisingly, we have not yet. We'll see how long we'll be able to keep that up. Need one more brown. That or we just go for mana right now. I think we might just go for mana right now. So go grab all that. Get some of our mana back. Better than none, I guess. Do we throw this down or do we go for the other thing? I think we go for the other thing. Oh, I forgot it's blocked by the thing. So many things! But it's blocked by the Sphinx, I mean. We'll go and get a Dawnbringer. You know what? We could probably just Dawnbringer and 2 Bombot. I think that's enough damage. And it is. I keep forgetting how much damage that actually is. It's a lot. It's a lot out of a lot is how much damage it is. Very big hits for full AoE. Oh, not Dwarven Gate, though. It is horrible against Dwarven Gate. Probably horrible against Mana Drain as well. Let me just take the 1 trophy again. Wait, that's a 1 trophy with Infernus. What level was that guy? Hold up. Let me look at the stream replay. Oops. Even on the stream replay, I missed it. Good job. What was that at? It was at a level 110 with Infernus. How lucky is he? Level 110 with a Infernus. That is quite amazing. That is super ultra lucky right there. That is for sure. Okay, let's go and get the buff down. Actually, you know what? He's level 110. I don't need a buff. We can one-shot him basically with Bombot. I don't need to do anything else. But yeah, he is super lucky to have that Infernus. Arguably one of the best troops in the game. A little bit less effective early on in the game, but still ridiculously good compared to the average troop. Oh, never mind, I already answered that. Is it meant to be possible to find the dungeon bosses in Explorer? No, I do not believe it's supposed to be possible. Because you found, King Gorgolfa in Explorer. Are you sure it was King Gorgolfa and not Evolved Gorgolfa? Evolved Gorgolfa you can find in Explorer. King Gorgolfa, I believe you cannot. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Evolved Gorgolfa, not King Gorgolfa. There's a really, I don't think it's still possible to roll it on Summon. It used to be possible. They said it was a feature, and then I think they fixed it because it was obviously a glitch. But, they do that a lot. But, it was basically, if you've gone through the Kazale questline, that one all the way north where the dwarves are, there is a troop there that covers every single color. It was the first troop actually ever introduced into the game that covered every single color. It has never been player owned though. You've never been able to own it as a player, but it's kind of considered a little bit different compared to a normal troop because it's technically a troop, but it's a non-obtainable troop. But it still for a period of time still allowed you to summon it off of daemon summons, and for whatever reason it still appears in Explorer from here and there. Not that often, very rarely would you ever see it, but I believe it is still possible to see it within Explorer. But yes, that is probably unintended, but it's left over from how they used to have hidden troops set up in the game. Oops, I didn't realize he had famine. We're dead. We are so dead right now. There goes every single bit of mana we have. And he keeps removing my purple. Yeah, this isn't possible. Not in this lineup. Nope. Nope. Okay, we'll go take this 1 trophy. I'll still bombard it. It's a 1 trophy. What's the worst that could happen? Ta ha 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 ha. We'll see. You never know, though. We'll go take the purple. Grab the... he's seriously gonna get it, isn't he? He probably is. It's gonna be horrible. I kind of want to do this on brown, but I have to manually take my brown. Okay, good. He did not get Nyx off. That would have been super bad if he did. We'll go move that over because we can. Take the bomb bot here because I want to get that damage down before he does something weird. We'll go do this on blue. Oh, I meant to do it on blue, not on red. Oh, well, at least we get a skull out of it. No. Okay, let's go and take the purple, take the brown. Oh, oops. Well, I gave him for an extra turn. Not that big a deal, but let's go remove, I guess, purple. Get the yellow then. Get a Dawnbringer down. He can only drain 1 of them, or 0 of them, actually. We'll throw that in there. I have no way of killing him right now. We need to, though. I guess we'll go take a brown bomb bot, go from there. Because even if he summons, that would have been enough damage. Just like 70-something damage right there. And we even got a map off of it somehow. Some kind of cascade occurred sometime in that battle. A Luther? What is this? This looks like a team that would be ran at level, like 100 2 or 3 months ago. That's strange. A little odd. But yeah, that's looked like a team you'd run when Falconer came out. Or around when this thing came out. 1 to 2. Forget which one came for later. I think it was this one that actually came a little bit later. Actually, I almost forgot this thing is even a troop. Deal damage to the weakest 2 enemies. And if the enemy dies, gain an extra turn. Oh yeah, it's basically a alternative version of Hobgoblin. It's actually weaker than Hobgoblin though. Unfortunately. Alright, we'll go grab that. We'll take this on purple. Actually, you know what? Let's take the purple, brown. He's running with higher stats, so we do need the higher hits to take him out with. So we'll go grab this on purple, get all of our mana back if we want to recast. I don't think we need a recast, though. We're up to 60-something damage per thing, which I think is enough. So we'll go throw this down. And there we go, 62 on everything. And we'll throw it down again, 62 on everything, which is way overkill. And if that wasn't enough, we had Dawnbringer, or at least a really quick way of gaining Dawnbringer. Ragnagord and Furnish Ishbala and a new troop for 400 gold. Sure, we'll give it a shot. I was trying to stay away from using it with Ishbala. I was trying to keep it more towards mechs, but we'll go the Ishbala route. Might as well. Might as well. It's just such a ridiculous combo, though. Not Ragnagord. Well, Ragnagord is decent in general. But the combo of Ishbala and Furnace is just insane. How good that is right now. Yep. And it's not that Ishbala is even overpowered. It's actually just the exact same as pretty much all the other ones. It's just her specific synergy is so good compared to the other ones. And it's a little hard to balance the half mana start. There's a lot of things that if you gave half mana start to would be ridiculously hard to balance. For example, dragons. If dragons ever got half mana start with like Worldbreaker, Dragon Soul and stuff like that, that would be so broken. But also pretty funny. Oh, that's what needs to happen. If they make my troop, have all dragons start with half mana. Could you imagine how ridiculous that would be? That'd be one way to keep it viable forever. Because dragons are always relevant. 4 times dragon teams has been relevant even before you got a bonus for using 4 times dragons in a team. Before typings were even a thing. There at one point was not troop types. But 4 times dragons, even way back then, used to be used with Vinoxia, Shegra, something. I forget the full team, because there wasn't that many dragons at the time. But Vinoxia, Shegra actually did used to be a combo, because you would gain a decent amount. Oh wait, did it even used to gain attack back then? I know it still did a decent amount of true damage. Wait, never mind, it might not even had attack back then. I know there was some kind of dragon combo with the Shegra. But anyways, yeah, 4 times dragon has always been relevant. Let's just go into this. This was the team, right? I'm not missing anything, am I? Well, we're missing colors, but... Oh, never mind. I was going to go switch to the +2 brown, +1 red banner. I forgot that has minus purple in it, though, which would be kind of counterproductive, given that we're using 3 purples. Also, I'll go give the first redeem code out after this battle. We'll have another one a little bit later on. Also, Salty still hasn't gotten back to me, but we might have a few good ones on Monday as well for the 2-year anniversary for the night stream. And also, if all goes as planned, I should have that video I've been meaning to do for ages now, going over basically the full progression of the game for the 2-year anniversary. Because if we're going to release that at any point, that would be the most thematic point to kind of release it on. So we'll go get that done. What do we even need here? We don't have any good alignment, so we'll just keep throwing Infernus. At this point, it's pretty much just an Infernus team. And just keep feeding everything into Infernus. Yep, I should probably go make sure it doesn't die. Too late on that, apparently. Let's go throw this on red, keep it alive. I'm gonna go get his Spala down. Never mind, he's not even gonna let me. Never mind, it already died. Well then. What do we do about that? I guess we'll take that down. There goes Infernus. Do we have any alignment? No, but we do get a skull, which at this point I think we kind of need. You know what? Ooh. Is that enough to kill me? No, it is not. And it doesn't go for it either. Oh, now it is. Now it's enough to kill us. Figures. Yeah, that's match. We lose. Well, let's try that again. Yeah, the only damage we really have on this team is Infernus. I guess technically it's Spala, but we can't really depend on her for skull damage. Go for into the Furnace and just go down that route. And we'll just keep spamming this until we win. And this time we don't have the backfire of him doing his thing. So right now we can't go Spala, we don't have the board for it. Actually, before I do, let me go move that. Oh wait, now we do. Okay, well I guess we'll get some poke in there. And he doesn't agile it, so that works out quite nicely. I guess with the 32 damage, that's fine. Normally I would want to have a better first slot if we're going to be running with skull spam like that. Something that can actually utilize the skulls a bit better. Ragnagor doesn't really have anything going towards helping him with that. Actually, doesn't he have... oh no, never mind. I thought that it's attack, not magic. It would probably make more sense if that did do attack. He already has enough magic to explode every single color he hits. He doesn't really need more magic, even though they do give him more magic. Well, we'll go take out red, I guess. I don't need it for Espala at the moment, so we're just going to be clearing the board before we even get that going. Now would be the time we'd go for Espala. So we'll go get that down. And Furnace into that, and that should be matched because they're right next to each other, accumulating all the damage. Could have probably threw another skull in there. But we were up against the exact same team, or at least the exact same premise. We're up against Infernus Ishbala, which of course is ridiculously over the top as far as how decent it is right now. It's not really Ishbala's fault though, it's mainly Infernus's fault. Ishbala is actually pretty decently balanced. It's just the, or at least similar to all the other ones. It's just mainly the Infernus aspect of it, starting with that much mana. And they can't, like, make it a daemon, because then we'll have the problem of daemons as well. Actually, they've never changed their troops typing before, like that. It would be kind of interesting if they ever did do that. Actually, you know what? They have done some modifications, but not to anything that's actually been meta. They've never at any point changed a troops type, because it was too strong in a certain typing. Probably out of fear that that new typing would just get the exact same issue. Probably. What do we even take here? I guess we'll do this into a red or a purple or any color that feeds into it. Red would be the most, so it does kind of counter block our Ishbala, but I need the mana. So we'll do that. Speaking about Ishbala, we don't have alignment, though after getting rid of one of its colors, it's kind of to be expected. Oh, he's going to get that down. I have no way of removing that. So we'll just have to do it off of sheer damage, which is fine. One dies down. He still has barrier on one, though, too, as well. Well, we don't really have any good alignment to go for. Getting full mana would probably be best at this point. Get Infernus down, let him poke us, throw down another hit, and that'll be that. Never mind, I don't even need another hit. Just go kill that out. Okay, let's go give out the first redeem code. Then we'll have another one a little bit later. Let's see. I'm gonna go head over to the little thingy. I'm gonna double check if we can find a code. Let's see. Well, looks like another one of the weird codes from Salty. She has a weird thing with flirting with the troops, and this is just even more into that. So weird. But we have this thing. The hots right there. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I know I have it somewhere. There it is. Boom. There it is. Hots, hots, hots. Kind of works well with Furnace, I guess. Furnace and Sunbird. But there we go. Hots, hots, hots. Wait, that's not even... Oh, it's hot, hot, hots. Okay, I see. I was gonna say, how's that 10 characters long? It is. Oh, I didn't even double check to see if it works. I assume it does. Let me just double check. A little late. Should have probably done that before we posted it. And... Oh no, it's not processing. There we go. It is. It was just lagging. There we go. It does indeed work. If you're on PC mobile, you can use this code. You use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. She's pretty creepy. Yeah, I don't think she's creepy. A little bit strange from time to time. I wouldn't say creepy, though. That wouldn't exactly be the word to describe it. Anyways, we'll take that. I would say overly energetic, but I tend to be the same way sometimes. Anyways, gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. If Salty would reply back, hopefully we'll have some better codes on Monday to hand out for the 2-year anniversary. Otherwise, we'll just be handing out multiple of this code. But hopefully we'll have the slightly better ones. It depends if she gets back to us or not, if we will or will not have those. Because I can't create my own, unfortunately. But anyways, your invite code is found underneath your invite code section. The redeem code is obviously the one that says redeem code right there, as well as the one we posted in chat. And you use that on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or you click the link we just posted. Either or will bring you to the location. Or if that link doesn't work for whatever reason, just click game code on that same screen at the top, and it'll bring you to the correct location. Also, thank you for your subscribe, much appreciated. And we are getting close. If anyone is watching who hasn't subscribed yet, who enjoys the content, definitely make sure to subscribe. 2-year anniversary is on Monday, and we are only 19 subscribers away from reaching the 8,000 mark by that point. Definitely want to reach it by the end of Monday, and that is our goal. We're getting pretty close at it. Not sure if we'll reach it, but hopefully we will. Anyways, let's go and keep going with this, I guess. Infernus against other Infernuses. Anything that will give us that extra little bit of gold is nice. So at this point, even though I keep messing around with this thing, I still feel like it might just be better using the meta teams and running those for quick wins. I've never really been a huge fan of using the plus 400 gold ones in most situations, unless it's a really good troop. I'm not saying that Sphinx is bad. It's just under the context of some of the things that run quicker, it doesn't necessarily synergize with them, because armor isn't really that useful of a stat to have. The board control is nice, but you can be using other stuff for that same similar board control aspect. What do we even go for here? Like, for example, Astral Spirit would kind of be even quicker, yet would still serve the same kind of board control premise of this troop. I guess it doesn't destroy in the same aspect that this does. But, I don't know, I guess that does come into play some, because we could do it for that, get all of its mana, and go from there. So, you know what, I guess it does have the value in that regard. Because I keep forgetting that, too. I always, keep considering it as just, like, a remove. But no, it does indeed destroy as well, which, of course, accumulates all the mana for you, which can be a lot of mana if you're hitting on, like, 10 or 12 or anything like that. It can really start stacking up over a few casts. Even just one cast can be enough to fill up most troops in the game. So we're going to go for this. I need to cleanse just to get rid of the burn and everything. We end up getting an enchant out of that, too. Wait, what did enchant him? Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. This enchants 2 random allies when it casts. I keep forgetting that's even a mechanic, because it already does so many good things on top of everything it has. But it has that as a side effect as well. Oh, really? A 25% chance to summon a Dryad? However you say that. I think it's Dryad. A Draid. To summon a Draid. We'll go throw Invernus down. It's definitely a Draid. Salty is adorable. Is Salty stream personally? Let's see. Oh, you like Salty stream personally. She makes you feel happy at all times. Yeah, she does have a really happy, kind of eccentric personality. Eccentric? I think that's the right word for that, yes. I'm nowhere near that energetic. I would need coffee probably to do that or something. Coffee, caffeine. She does drink a lot of coffee, though. That's probably what's helping her. I don't ever drink coffee. It's not really my thing. I'll occasionally do sodas, but I've been pretty good at not drinking them lately. I think I'm about a month without it, I think. The problem is I'll always, need caffeine eventually, and then it's like, where's the soda? And then I'll just, drink all the soda everywhere, which is bad. I've been trying to stay away from it the best I can. Doing the best to try to lose some weight. Been trying to walk a bit more, too, now that the weather's starting to get better. Still waiting till it gets like really, really nice out before I start doing that on like a daily basis. But yeah, need to try doing it because I've been sitting around doing too much during the winter this winter. Over the previous year, I ended up gaining like what, 30 pounds or something. So definitely need to get that down a bit. I think I'm like 170 at the moment, which is still not horrible given my height, but I think it's like right on the border of being like mildly overweight. Like not like overweight. There's like some kind of category in between that I'm technically like right at, unfortunately. Also, I haven't been to the doctors for like 2 years now, so I haven't seen if anything bad health-wise has been as a result of that, which I definitely do need to do soon. Need to do that. Need to check the thing on my chest because I haven't done that for ages. And I still need to go to the dentist as well. Haven't done that for the same amount of time as well. Just because I haven't had health insurance for that time, so I haven't had the spare money to go out and do that yet. Well, I do have the spare money, I just haven't gotten around to do it yet. Let's see. I'll go throwing furnace down. Get that in there. Let's see. I don't really consider Salty to be fake at all. Though she does have some kind of phrasing that basically anyone within a company would have whenever she's talking about some things. But other than that, no, she seems pretty genuine. Oh, we'll go for that. Get in there. You can thank Obama for that. Let's see. I'll go take the blue there. Go throw the, let's see. What do we go for here? I guess we go Ragnargord into purple. Get the Infernus down. See if we can get some explosion going. And I guess we'll do yellow. Get the yellow into the brown, into the Cascade, into Ragnargord, into extra turn apparently, because we just get everything out of it. So much value. We'll go get the Infernus in there. But anyone just getting here, make sure to use the redeem code below on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Give some free resources, and we'll have another one a little bit later during the stream today. Let me go for blue, get the Cascade into yellow, get that going. See if we can get some damage pokes going here and there. Also go take that, get some Infernus, and we'll be good to go. Any PvP team with Dragon Soul and Fairish Ra? Yes, basically every PvP team with Fairish Ra uses Dragon Soul, just about. The personal one I run with is the pure Dragon team, or almost pure Dragon team. Obviously, Fairish Ra isn't one. Of, oh, is he about to win as I'm talking? I talk for like 5 seconds and then he goes and wins. But it's the, well, that's match. Well then, the team of, well, actually I have it right here. This team. And the cheaper version is using the Gorgolfa version of this. But either this version, which is, this is the more expensive version, but it's Mountain Crusher, Dragon Soul, World Breaker, Fairish Ra, using Dragon Guard fully traded, though of course I'm using mech at the moment, but still, ideally Dragon Guard fully traded. And the other option would be using Gorgolfa, Dragon Soul, Giant Spider, Fairish Ra. So you replace this with a Gorgolfa, and you replace this with a Giant Spider, which would be quite a bit cheaper to use than this team. But either or would end up functioning decently. Oops, I almost thought that was a real thing for a second. Always throwing me off. There's a chance it could be. Let me see. Did we get a real gnome? No, it's not a real gnome. They're all fake. Oh, he actually got it to rare and ultra rare. Wow. He's actually ascending them some. I do not have anywhere near that many copies of mine. Not even remotely close to that many. Anyways, let's take a skull. Gotta kill that Valraven quick! No, it doesn't matter at all if we kill it quick. Wrong game mode. Now let's go get Dragon Soul down. He does have Submerge, which will be a little bit annoying, but we can Fairish Ra him if we have to. So we'll double Dragon Soul. This gets Fairish Ra basically to one-shot range, which we'll use for the obvious reason of taking him out. We have extra turn as well, just sitting there. So we'll do that. We can just go poke him into 1 kill, so that'll be fine. That'll Fairish Ra him again. You know what? Since we didn't get the kill, let me actually go do that, just to make sure we don't have to deal with his Submerge. So that's down. One less thing to deal with. We'll go take this, Cascade that down, take a Scope Poke, World Breaker, Dragon Soul, dead. Actually, that's just Fairish Ra him. This is a Fairish Ra team, might as well. And down it goes. Yeah, that's pretty much the team in a nutshell. And you can just go do Gorgulfa Giant Spider as the cheaper option. In some instances, it could actually even work better. But it just really depends on the battle, I guess. But if you do have the Dragon Guard fully traded and do have all the components for this, it's pretty nice. One nice thing about it, too, is World Breaker plus Fairish Ra alone. That double combo covers every color in the game, just between those two troops, which is another pretty beneficial aspect of it. But, yeah, that's generally what I run if I'm running that in PvP. As I mentioned, it is a good idea due to the pet page showing that we'll be needing souls for pets to some degree. It's probably a good idea if you only have like 100,000 souls or a small reserve of souls to go and grind them out, because there is a high possibility you might need a substantial amount of souls for pets. So do keep that in mind. I think I currently have enough at the moment, with well, over 1 million, but do keep in mind that you may need several 100,000 for pets. We don't currently know how many souls we'll need, but we do know we need souls for pets. But we'll find out when they get released, but do keep that in mind. So you might want to get a couple of them, a couple 100,000, or some kind of reserve that you feel like is a decent amount, and go grind that out. Okay, what should we go into now? So many options. Let's go into Queen Titania again. I know they have freeze, but we'll work around it. Oh, no problem for the code, Mario. No problem. Okay, Skull. Ideally, he'll take it. I think he's going to go for Mercy here. I don't think I'm giving him anything. He's getting a bit of mana, but that's it. Oh, he did get quite a bit cascaded, though. He has a Convert. He's going to use that Convert. He's also going to take that Skull I literally just gave him. That doesn't help much. We'll go take a Brown here. What he converts here is pretty consequential. Luckily, it didn't actually do anything. We're frozen, though, which is definitely bad. We're frozen on the green, too, so I actually have to go for this. We still extra turn because we hit it on the purple, which we're not frozen on. This we'll lose our turn for, but we get all the mana we need. Let's throw this down. We lose our turn again, but we get mana we need. Throw this down again. We lose our turn, but we get the mana we need. And luckily, he is not frozen Queen Titania, though unfortunately, he just got rid of reds, which we do need as a color. Though, one nice thing about not using every color is you can never be frozen on a color you don't have. So since we don't use blue, it is impossible for him to freeze us on blue. It's actually a strategy that you could technically use, which I actually unintentionally did this battle, even though we are using that strategy. If you make a team that uses every color except the color that the enemy is spamming, so in this case he's spamming blue. So if we use a team that uses every color except blue, well, I guess we're also technically missing green as well. I mean, not green. Oh yeah, never mind. We only are missing blue, so that works out perfectly. But yes, if you are using a team that is missing the main color that the enemy is mana generating, that can actually be beneficial because you can never be frozen on that color. So even if they're running a freeze blue team into Queen Mab, if you're not using blue yourself, you can never be frozen on its spammed color. While you won't be able to use that color, obviously, at all, you won't ever be able to be stopped when you take it for extra turns. So you'll be able to clear the board some, maybe cascade into mana, and then roll from there. If we had a Mercy right now, the amount of value we'd get off this board, that is like 20 to 30 mana right there. I almost said 200, that would have been insane. But yeah, about 20 or 30 mana just sitting there on the starting board. That would have been really nice to pick up. Oh well. How much longer am I streaming for? Probably another hour and a half, approximately. Normally we stream till about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 1.5 hours from now. But yeah, we tend to go for about 3 hours or so as of lately. If there's bigger content to go over on a given day, we'll sometimes go longer as well. Sometimes we've gone as high as like 6 hours, 8 hours on them. But more often than not, it tends to be around 3 hours or so, especially weeks like this where we get absolutely no new content. Since there isn't as much to go over, I mainly just stream to answer questions, mess around with stuff, kind of just chill, and just to get the standard weekly farming in. I'd be doing this anyways, even if I wasn't streaming it, so might as well be streaming it. Might as well. So we'll go and, what do we even need to take here? Go through that over. Nothing I need to take here, so we'll go get the Cascade, get that rolling down, get this a little decent amount of damage. We get a Yagway just sitting there, very nice. Barely any purples on the board, but the purples that are there we're able to use. And now we just need to get an Alchemist down somewhere. No good location to do it, but I will go take it for the last little bit of his mana. Could have tried going for the green and hopefully gotten something, but I think that works out a bit better. And now all we have to do is Queen Titania into Yagway final poke, and as match. Actually, probably even Yagway alone would have been enough damage. Could have saved us a few seconds, but doesn't matter much. It looks like we're going to be gaining a level as well. We're starting to reach the 1250 points. That is unfortunately not 1/4 the way to level 2000. That's technically like not even a 10th the way there because of how EXP scales. Also, Techni, what level are you these days? Because you're the highest level in the game. How close are you to getting 2000 level? Will you reach it by the time pets come, or will it be slightly after pets? Because we already know 100% for sure there's going to be a new pet that has a higher EXP gain on it, if not multiple. But we know for sure at least the cat, at minimum, the one that they already spoiled, is indeed giving you extra EXP. Wow, you might reach it before pets come out then. 1985, that is insanely high. And you'll be the first person with maxed hero, because hero actually gains an additional stat every 100 levels from level 1000 all the way to 2000. And yeah, Techni will have the highest hero in the game. That's pretty irrelevant in most situations, but it can come into play in raids, invasions, and oh, what's the other one I want to say? The arena, even though arena is pretty dated and stuff like that. You probably have, how high is your attack in arena? It's probably like 14. You have like 2 higher magic than everyone, and every battle you'd have would be against someone weaker since there's no one at a higher level than you. Not even close. I think there's like a 500 gap between you and second place, and then like probably a 600 or 700 gap between you and like a person in like the 1000th highest level. Anyways, let's go into what's about to go do. Oh, so we almost have all 4s on glories. Let's see if we can actually get exactly that. Pretty sure we're going to be like 1 off or something, but I guess we'll go back into this. Might as well. Gems of War database doesn't update automatically. So the level on Gems of War database isn't necessarily accurate. All the information on Gems of War database might not necessarily always be accurate. The other factor about it too is it only tracks people that have actually used the thing. If someone has never used Gems of War database at all, or doesn't use it enough that it just updates it, it'll either never update it, or it will it just doesn't show them. We do know that the person in first place and the person in second, so Techni and whoever's in second place right now, are indeed first and second for levelage. But like things like, let's say, 30th place, we don't know for sure if the 30th place on that is actually the real 30th place, because there could be someone who hasn't used that website who is technically actually 30th place, but it doesn't show them. What do we need here? I guess we go into another Yagway. Wait, does he seriously only have 1 HP? I wish that was an actual burn. I would pass my turn if it was. It's Fairy Fire though, so it doesn't do 3 damage per turn, unfortunately. They need to add a troop that both burns and Fairy Fire simultaneously. That would be something that you'd kind of think would be a thing, because they look exactly the same and, well, they're both fire. But no, there's currently no troop that does both. It's really easy to get both on an enemy, but there's no single troop that does it both simultaneously. Like, we're going to lose our turn from this, but it does give us the mana we need. Oh no, Queen of Tanya is frozen. Even if I try throwing her for extra turn, we can't get it. I think he actually just won, because we're frozen on our thing. Because we can't extra turn that. I guess we could throw a Yagway down, but that's not going to really give us much. If we could kill his hero down, we could win this. I don't think I can get that much damage that quickly, though. I'd have to take a lot of red to get it. We'll try for the red Cascade here. Didn't get it. We'll try into another red, into a Surge. Didn't get the Surge. Where's the Surge? There goes Dawnbringer. I think that's match. I have to double cast Yagway to have a chance here. And he just took an extra turn there from the Cascade. And we only have 10 HP, so the next hit we take, we die. And yeah, that's match. We'd have to unfreeze next turn, plus have alignment to have a chance. And neither of those two things happened. And it still hasn't happened. Do I just throw a blank Yagway? What other choice do we have? I think we do. And then just take a skull and then hope he doesn't take the mana anytime soon. So we're not frozen on yellow, so I'll go grab that. Gives us a little bit of red. Oh no! We lost. Wait. Oh no, we're frozen on that too. But yeah, I couldn't take that skull because, as you saw right there, if I took that skull, he would have a skull to take. So yeah, regardless of what happened there, we would have lost. Unfortunate. Anyways, back into the next battle. I did say it was bad against freeze, but I still feel the inclination to still use it against freeze. But yeah, basically every loop team has that struggle. It's not unique to this team. Basically anything that is ever loop that doesn't have cleanse will have a bad time against freeze if it gets frozen early, or even at all. Alright, we'll go move that over. Get our green, get our red, get an alchemist, get the convert, get wind, and then we'll be good to go from there. Get that down, get extra turn, get our Yagway, get Queen Titania off of that. Never mind, we don't have it yet, but we can just go grab into that. Get Moneylender down. I still can't get over how decent they made Moneylender. I was not expecting them to make it that low of a boost ratio. When I saw the premise of the troop is like, oh yeah, you're going to need like almost max gold stack to, maybe even higher than that, to actually get his full value. But no, they made it so you only need 32 gold, which is one alchemist cast this late in the game, to get the amount of gold you need to get him running. Which I still feel like it's too low of a gold. Like his ability itself is fine. I just feel like it should have a little bit higher of a gold requirement. It just seems way too easy to reach. One alchemist cast and you're there. At least this late in the game. Even earlier on in the game, though. 2, 3 alchemists. Probably 2, because you get gold from the extra turns he does as well. So, it only takes 2 and you're already there. Where's the video on New Kingdom and troops at Hat you did yesterday? Oh, yes. It was in the previous video. But the way that the video rendered out, it might not actually be visible. Which is why some people actually disliked it. The fails is actually beyond my control that it only shows 2 hours at the moment. But yeah, I guess we could go over it again. We've been going over a lot of spoiler stuff, so I guess I could briefly go over it again real quick. Might as well. I don't see why not. Because in previous, yesterday's video, it did kind of get cut out a bit until it gets rendered. I believe it still isn't rendered. When I looked at it before we started to stream, it still wasn't finished rendering, which is weird. It's taking YouTube like an entire day to render it out. But yeah, I can't make it go any quicker. I could have left it unuploaded, which I probably should have done, and just waited until then, but yeah, it'll do it eventually. Okay, we don't have enough reds there. See if we can get an alchemist down. But yeah, I'll go over those in right after this battle. So I'm going to move the skull over, see if we can get a Yagway going or something going. I don't have any alignment. I'm actually going to throw a blank alchemist, I think, here. Before I do, let me go for some damage. But we'll throw this. Oh, never mind, it's not blank. We get for Moneylender. So I guess we're still getting something out of it. So we'll throw a Moneylender here. Is that it? Yes, we throw this into that, and then that's match. And there we go. Anyways, yeah, let's go over the Doom Skull, guys. And might as well. Might as well. So we'll go over this again. Hopefully this one doesn't get cut out. Oh no! We 2 glory overshot it. We almost got 4 4s. I mean, 6 4s. We got 4 4 4 4 4 6 glory. Also, we're so close to 500,000. I think we're like 1 month away from 500,000. I like how 1 month is considered close, but with that high of a... glory isn't really a resource that you can accumulate a huge amount of quickly. It takes a long amount of time to actually gain that much glory. It's not like souls where you can farm like over 50,000 per hour. I think the max glory rate you can do per hour is like 1,000 or something. It's relatively low. Actually, 1,000 might not even be possible. I know Maps does around 600 to 700 approximately. But I forget what the rate is for PvP. It depends if you have a +5 glory week. That's when you can really start to rack up glory on a given week. Also depends how many rivals and revenges you get, of course. Anyways, let me go over those new troops that are coming in the New Kingdom. Of course, New Kingdom's coming in a few weeks after, most likely, the new patch. New patch is coming soon TM. Soon TM is likely anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks from now. For all we know, it could be next week. For all we know, it could be like mid-May or late May. Depends when it rolls out. Anyways... though it's probably pretty soon, given how much they've been spoiling it lately. Normally, they don't start showing so much stuff about a patch unless it's, like, right on top of us. Anyways, where on Earth is what I'm looking for? Here it is. Let me go move it into its own little tab. Let me go get the window capture for it. Come on, load. There we go. And let's go over. Also, we might as well go over the new troop coming in on Monday as well. Oops, that is not the one I meant to grab. That's the one with the full troop table. The one I want is the spoiler troop table. So let me go grab this. Let me go make its own little thing. Should automatically happen. If I go and bring this up real quick. Where'd it go? Window capture, window capture. I know you're in here somewhere. Where did you go? Where did you go? There it is. Found it. Boom, boom. Center it. Let me make it slightly smaller. And then enlarge it as well. Let me make it smaller, then make it larger. Let's see. That should be fine. And now let me extend it ever so slightly so it covers the whole screen and looks a little bit nicer. Not like it matters much. Also, I can't see as I'm doing it, so I don't know if that actually was enough or not. Good enough. Close enough, close enough. Okay, maybe a little bit further. There we go. And then we zoom in. And I should be zoomed in enough to read it decently. Is there any other information over to the right? No, that's all the information on it. And we should be good to go now. Also, I can't see chat as I'm going through this, but let's go through this now. So, spoilers for a bunch of stuff. Don't look if you don't want to be spoiled. But, okay. Next week, we might as well go over these since we already have this up. This is the right page, right? Yeah, it's showing the right page. But yeah, this is the, if you're wondering what we're looking at, it's the first link in the description. I always keep it there because quite a few people ask about it for all the stuff that's coming in the future. But, yeah, it's the first link within the description if you're wondering what on earth we're looking at right now. Anyways. Next epic that you can get for glory next week, it is this guy. He is a purple red, so you can get all the purple reds you need. It's actually a great week to do so because it's 200 glory each per thing. Well, 400 glory per pack, but 200 per arcane. So if you've been needing purple red for anything, definitely go stock up. This is actually a pretty relevant color because you need it for Dragon Soul, you need it for Azurus, you need it for soul farming in general, and I believe a hero class uses it as well. And it's just really nice color in general. So do stock up. Purple red is nice to have around. It dispels an enemy, deals damage plus 3 magic to them as in damage, gains 4 magic, and then becomes enchanted. It's pretty nice that it ends up enchanting itself, so it can spam itself decently. Of course, it would take 6 turns to get all of its mana back up if it was to go down that route. One nice aspect about it, though, is it does have high ancestry, so it does have immune to mana drain and all that. It also has arcane, so it even gets additional damage on top of all of it. Will it be too over the top of a troop? Not really. It's going to be pretty average. But to a newer player and just to just for using for the event in general, it should be okay. It's going to be good with pickoffs, with AoE and stuff like that. It's not going to be anything like over the top that you'd use as a new standard kind of troop in any kind of team. But it's not going to be horrible. And the fact that it can gain its mana back will be decent. The big thing that will come down to is how much magic does he naturally get? Will he be hitting like natural 40s, 50s, or is it going to be more towards like the 30 area? If he's more towards the 30 area, it's probably going to be pretty bad. If it's more towards the higher end, then it could be decent. But regardless, kind of pretty average troop. It's mainly used to get purple red trait stones, arcane trait stones. This is the main one that's coming in. It's coming in through the event key drop pull. It's the one I've been talking about for a little while. It's a brown-green. It's basically the Sylvanian Mora replacement in damage source teams. If you don't specifically need Sylvanian Mora for Entangle, you're going to be using this troop for every instance in place of Sylvanian Mora. It destroys a row, which means you accumulate the mana for it. And it then deals magic plus 2 damage to all enemies, boosted by brown gems destroyed at a 3 times boost ratio, which is a pretty relevant boost ratio. Let's say you hit 3 browns on the board, that's going to be 9 additional damage. That's going to bring it into above average AoE damage. That should probably bring it around, probably around 30 or so damage full AoE. Maybe a little bit lower depending on your magic and level and such. But 30 damage full AoE is definitely not that bad. It's going to be pretty good with Forest Guardian because it does count as a beast. It is a brown-green. So you could really easily use that with Forest Guardian's green creation plus the half mana start it gets. It has 15 mana cost, so it'd start with 7 if you did give it a half mana start like that. A little bit of a weird mana cost start. Would have really wished it was 14 or 16. I don't know. It's something about 15 on a troop like this. It seems a bit off, but there are plenty of troops with 15. I don't know. It's just a weird number in general. 13 and 15 are really weird mana accumulations. Anyways, as far as traits, it has 33% score reduction. Not really too relevant. And it has that with the immune to Entangle. So again, in the fact that it's like a Sylvanian Mora, it even still has the skull mitigation like a Sylvanian Mora, and it still has immune to Entangle like Sylvanian Mora. The biggest difference is instead of entangling the enemy whenever it does an extra turn, it gives all beasts 2 attack and 2 life every time it extra turns. So again, really good with Forest Guardian, which would be ran with mostly or entirely beasts. Biggest issue this has is one of the biggest troops it would be really good with thematically is Black Beast. The problem with that, though, is he's the exact same color as Black Beast, so you can't really use Willow with Black Beast, unfortunately. But yes, this troop's definitely highly advised. Really good for brown and green Gilborday. And yeah, just decent damage, good Sylvanian Mora replacement, good board control, and good with beasts. So it's definitely going to be a pretty relevant troop. Other than that, let's go into the New Kingdom stuff, which is the whole reason why we brought this up, but I figured I'd go over next week's stuff. Oh no, it's froze. What is happening? It's not scrolling anymore. Why is it not scrolling? Well, it's not letting me scroll. Okay, I'm clicking refresh real quick. It's not letting me scroll. There we go. Okay, I don't know why I just did that. It was like letting me scroll, and then it's like, nope, you're not allowed to scroll anymore. Anyways, let's go over all of the troops from the New Kingdom. Let me actually go and condense it to the New Kingdom. What's the New Kingdom called? This will be the easiest way to go over them. I didn't do this earlier, but it'd be a lot visually nicer. Let me go move this over here. Put that in there. And there we go. Okay, so here's all the stuff from the New Kingdom. And let me see, what's the head count on it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I lied. There's actually 9 troops, not 8. Though when the Kingdom initially comes out, it'll be 8, but then the following Monday, it'll be... it'll be 9. So technically, I was right in saying that it'll initially come out with 8. But I was wrong in that it will actually come out with a 9th on the thing. I thought it would come out with like 7, and then, you know, it would come out with 8th on the event. But no, it actually does have 9 troops, so you don't have to max out everything. Though you almost have to max out everything. But anyways, let's go over what all 9 of these things do. This is everything coming into New Kingdom. New Kingdom's coming a few weeks after the next patch. Next patch is in hopefully a week or 2 or so. But Bonebinder. Green purple. Creates 7 Doom Skulls and summons a Dwarven Zombie or a Slayer Ghost. And of course Dwarven Zombie's right there, and Slayer Ghost is all the way down there, which I believe is coming out through one of the events or something, we'll see. The mana cost is not actually 3. Someone mentioned to me earlier that anything with 3 mana on this is currently an undefined mana cost, so we don't know exactly what its mana cost is going to be. Also, keep in mind with everything we're going over right now, they could easily change at any moment in time, and given that the next patch isn't even out, let alone the actual kingdom itself, these could definitely change up from what you're seeing now. But it has Necromancy, has Fortitude. It is a dwarf, so it does get the Fortitude trait. All dwarves end up getting that. But yeah, that's a decent amount of Doom Skulls. It has a decent summon too, so Doom Skulls could be quite a bit of mana generation. I expect this troop to be somewhere around a 13 mana cost or so. It is an ultra rare, so it can't really be too high, but they can't make it too low because Doom Skulls will generate quite a bit of mana. The way that Doom Skulls work, for any of you that don't know, by the way, my eyes being weird. But the way that Doom Skulls work is they give you 5 additional damage onto your skull damage, regardless of if you destroy them or if you take them manually. It doesn't matter what you do with them, except removing. Removing doesn't actually do anything to them, but if you destroy them or explode them or take them manually, they will do 5 additional damage. They will also explode everything around them and take that as mana accumulation for you. So yeah, if you do like 7 Doom Skulls, and there's already some skulls on the board and everything, it's pretty much like a full board explode, if you get it to land correctly. So that could have some pretty potent potential. Yeah, pretty nice. Not sure what his mana cost will end up being, but definitely a great Doom Skull summoner. Next one is the Dwarven Zombie we have here. Decreases an enemy's armor by magic +3, then transforms all green gems to brown to boost the effect. Let's see. That seems kind of average. Armor reduction tends to be pretty bad in most situations, but it could be a Guild War counter just because a green Guild War counter. Normally there isn't much to convert out green that the AI will do at 100% rate, so it could be something pretty potent for taking out that on green days. But for the most part, I think that's going to be pretty average, not really that worth using. It is a rare after all, so all of its traits are pretty useless. It is one of the 2 things that it can get summoned off of the other guy, though. It's Dwarven Zombie and Slayer Ghost. I guess we'll go over Slayer Ghost next since it's the other thing he summons. So Slayer Ghost, it is a blue-yellow rare, also a rare just like the other one. It deals magic +3 damage to the weakest enemy, and then transforms all skulls to Doom Skulls. This isn't really going to be that relevant because you would automatically lose your turn by doing this. Unless they give this thing an automatic extra turn, you would never actually want to use this troop, because the enemy will be able to utilize the board with all the Doom Skulls, and unless the AI is being extremely dumb, you will most likely just be feeding your enemy a bunch of Doom Skulls. You do not want to do this unless there's you never want to place any Doom Skulls to the board unless you can guarantee or at least have a chance of keeping it on your turn. Because if your enemy ends up exploding or doing anything that really touches the board in a substantial way, they're basically going to clear out the entire board with a full clear of all the Doom Skulls exploding. So, yeah, it's not a good idea to use that thing. Actually, the summoner might not even be that good because the 2 things he summons are pretty bad. So that's already 3 troops down the line, but the legends from this kingdom are pretty decent. So here's an epic. I believe this was the only epic, or was it not? Yes, this is the only epic, so this is indeed the kingdom epic that you end up getting. So this is the troop you can get for free, the Gem Hammer. which appears to be another dwarf. So we're finally getting some decent dwarves. This appears to be a dark dwarf kingdom, which is, again, something from Puzzle Quest. Yet again. This was actually by where Lord Bane's Citadel is, which is why there's so many undeads and everything here. Anyways, deals magic +4 damage to an enemy and reduces their attack by 5. So basically a keg hammer except for attack, which seems weird because that's even weaker than the keg hammer. And then deals triple damage if they are a monster. He does have empowered though. So if anything, this is actually the first kingdom troop that has empowered. Tall doesn't count, he's useless. This is the first viable troop with empowered from a kingdom. Not really that viable though, it's mainly just a monster counter, but that could still come into play from time to time. Triple damage on that's probably about 100 damage or so. So while that might not be a one-shot, it could be a decent way to get rid of a monster if it's really annoying on the opposing team. It's also another monster slayer thing. There's already another dwarf that does 2 times damage to it, so pretty nice. Next one, so that's the kingdom epic you get. Not anything too over the top, but if you ever need to counter monsters, that's probably one of the things you would use. Next we have Glaceon. Isn't that a name of a Pokemon? Isn't that a name of a Pokemon? It's spelled differently, but isn't that blue, or isn't that the ice form of Eevee? Glaceon? Pretty sure it is. I'm not too well known on my Pokemon facts right now, because I haven't been following Pokemon for the last like 5 years. But let me go look that up. I'm almost guaranteed that is the ice form of Eevee. Glaceon. Glaceon. Yes it is. It's spelled differently though, of course. But yes, that is. I don't know what that's from. Probably from some kind of lore of some kind of thing. But yes, it is Glaceon. That one ice Eevee Pokemon thing. Anyways. Glaceon transforms yellow gems to blue. And transforms red gems to Doom Skulls. Oh yeah, this was the legendary that's going to be ridiculously extremely overpowered, probably. No, not overpowered, but it's going to be really nice. It reminds me of Reggie. What this thing will probably look like will probably remind me of, oh, what's that other Pokemon called? Reggie Ice, I believe it's called. That one, almost like mechanical-looking ice creature thing from Pokemon. Because it has ice armor. It makes me think like it's going to be this like gigantic ice skull thing, which would definitely make sense. But it's actually going to be really strong. Out of everything in this kingdom, I'm feeling like this will be the strongest one, the Glaceon. But yeah, it transforms all yellows to blue, which is decent. Especially since it uses blue, which makes it even better. And then transforms all reds to Doom Skulls, which is going to be insane. To get that many Doom Skulls on the board. And you could easily align this with other skulls and just destroy the entire board. That's basically a Gorgolfa on top of a blue convert, pretty much. Plus a bunch of additional damage on it. Plus skull spam. So you get like 3 different things all at once. You get mana generation, you get skull spam, and you get a full board clear from explosions from the Doom Skulls. So that's going to be quite potential. It could potentially solo an entire team just with this one troop once you get it going. But yeah, it's definitely going to be quite potent to say the least. Has insulated so it can never be frozen, which is amazing. Has ice armor, which is a new armor type, which is 65% reduction, which is ridiculously high. That is the highest reduction that is not unique to anything. It's the 3rd highest in the game. Highest is useless stone hammer with 80%. Next highest is useful Gorgolfa at 75%, which is generally considered the highest, since he's the highest, most viable troop that has it. But now there's going to be this guy, which is 65% reduction, which is basically 2/3 essentially. And yeah, it's going to be pretty nice. Unfortunately, his final trait is quite useless though. It gains 3 attack whenever an enemy matches skulls, which is pretty irrelevant, mainly because with this guy, you'd be keeping it on your turn so much that it's never going to be your enemy's turn. So he basically only has 1 trait, and that's ice armor. But still, 65% reduction is not a small amount, that is for sure. Next up is Ice Goblin. But yeah, that's likely the best thing from the kingdom. It is a legendary, unfortunately, but that's kind of to be expected. Anyways, Ice Goblin. Another goblin in here, ultra rare. Explodes 2 random gems, freezes a random enemy, and then gains a extra turn. So, not too bad. The fact that it has to explode into a 100% extra turn could have potential. Fizz Bang was that way when it first released, but it was obviously too overpowered. This is a lot less explosions than that, though. It's only 2 instead of, like, 12. So quite a bit different. But it does have a way to free spam, which could be viable to newer players. There aren't too many good ways as a newer player to free spam your enemy team. And this is only ultra rare, so it's quite accessible to basically everyone. So could be a new meta for early game for freezing. though later on in the game, I don't think it's going to be too over the top. Other than that, it does have 2 times skull damage to frozen enemies, and it does have immune to freeze, which could come into play some. Next up is Ice Troll. It's the first troll to have a double convert. Not sure if they're going to keep adding trolls with double converts, but since they already covered every color, who knows? But this is the first troll with double convert. It doubles the number of blue on the board, then doubles the number of brown on the board. Will this be viable? It's questionable, because normally double things like Vinoxia, Ural Fire Mantle, Stonehammer, this troop, they tend to not be as good, mainly because they can overwrite each other. Also, with the way that this troll works, I don't know if it'll double, overwrite them, and then create less. So let's say it doubles the blue. Let's say there's 10 blues on the board and 8 browns on the board. It doubles the blue, and then it creates, there'll be 20 blues total on the board. But now there's only going to be, let's say, 5 brown on the board instead of 8. Will it create 8, or will it create 5? I'm pretty sure it'll only create 5, but we'll have to see exactly. But yeah, it might double the 1, and you'll get a lot of whatever one it says first, which in this case is blue. But then on the secondary color, you're barely going to get any, because if it doesn't take the number initially, if it takes it after it doubles the blue, you're basically going to get almost none, and it's just going to overwrite what you already have on the board, which basically just means essentially just a sea troll with a bit of brown in there, which is just going to get in the way. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to be that good. It does have Icy Death, though, so you summon an Ice Storm when an enemy dies. Other than that, we have 2 more troops. We have Ice Worm and King Bloodhammer. Ice Worm isn't really anything different than the already existing troops that exist in the game, like Rock Worm, that one green troop that I forget its name, and now the Ice Worm. They're basically all the same premise. They deal damage in some way to the enemy, in this case exactly to the last enemy, just like a Rock Worm. Then it creates 7 of a color, in this case blue because it's blue, and then it just has a bunch of traits. This one could potentially be one of the better ones, mainly because it has immune to freeze, which is generally the biggest thing that it tends to be bad against, like Rock Worm and stuff like that. So it has immune to freeze, so you can never get frozen, which is pretty nice. And this is the other legend from the kingdom, also going to be quite potentially good, though I think the other one will be better, but still decent. It deals magic plus 4 damage to the 2 strongest enemies, then transforms all blues to Doom Skulls to boost the damage. And of course, that's a lot of Doom Skull creation, especially since this kingdom has a lot of blue generation. Not to mention you could just use other blue generators in general, like Valkyrie, Sea Troll, and stuff. But other than that, it has Dwarven Doom, which creates a Doom Skull every time you do a 4 times or 5 times match, which could potentially get you a lot of mana generation, because if you keep extra turns spamming with some kind of double combo, let's say like a Farce Troll, Sea Troll, or, you know, anything double combo, that might be able to go and get you infinite mana over and over again with Loop. You can keep creating Doom Skulls over and over again, and those Doom Skulls do generate you mana, plus they can do damage. You might not necessarily be able to align them into extra turns, but if you had to destroy to synergize with this guy, it could definitely be quite potent. If you had like a basic exploder like Infernus or, you know, anything like that, Firebomb, Gorgolfa, any of the kind of more standard destructions in the game. But yeah, that's all of them. Definitely 2 really solid legends, particularly Glaceon. Mostly smaller troops, not too interesting though. Ice Worm might have some instances early on in the game. Ice Troll might have some instances early on in the game. And, I mean, not Ice Troll, I meant Ice Goblin and Ice Worm. But other than that, mostly other smaller troops don't seem too useful, unfortunately. But we'll have to see. They could all, of course, all be tweaked before then. But they are lower rarity, so lower rarity stuff does tend to sometimes be left as dead content, unfortunately. A little bit bad that how they have it like that. But anyways, that's pretty much everything with that. So we went over all that again. So hopefully that covered everything. If you guys still have any other questions, let me know. Since I know it did get kind of weird yesterday because it kind of got cut off. But anyways, that's all that. If you still have any other questions about it, let me know. Of course, I don't know everything about it. We just know what's kind of there already. But yeah, that's all of them. It's a rundown of everything next week and all the ones from the next kingdom soon, TM, whenever that does come out. Hopefully soon. We'll see. It could be next week, could be a few weeks. We'll have to see. No, actually a lot of stuff from this game is from Puzzle Quest. Like a ridiculously high amount of stuff. The more I looked into Puzzle Quest, the more I realized they've taken from Puzzle Quest. Like, half this game basically is Puzzle Quest, even though it might not be that immediately obvious. But pretty much half this game is just Puzzle Quest. In one way or another. He better not leave. Oh, wow. I was not expecting him to get full mana that quickly. He didn't die. We have a problem. I have no way of killing him. We have a problem. How do I do this? I guess I take a blue and try for a skull. That's our only chance. That's not a skull. Oh! He left! No! That is depressing. Rip. Well then. Well then. That's, wow. That hasn't happened for a while. That has not happened for a while. Okay, fine. We'll use real teams then if you're going to be like that. Let's go into Queen Titania, I guess. That is quite unfortunate. I wish it would tell you what you would have gotten whenever it leaves. I will never know now what we could have gotten from the treasure noob. Probably a Volkey. Since it left, it's always a Volkey. Did it leave? Yes, it was a Volkey then. It was a Volkey or 4 gems or something actually useful. Anyways, let's just go take a skull there. He's going to Spirit Fox us, which is actually fine. We'll be able to repair the board by the time we actually get a cast off. Not at this rate, though. If he keeps getting Spirit Foxes over and over again. Let's see. At this point, we're just going to get Yagway up. We'll go for that. We don't have the damage for it, do we? Yes, we do have enough damage. But I'm not going to take it yet. Ideally, I'll get alignment first, and we do have it. Perfect. 1 HP, a little overkill, but oh well. And there we go. A little bit of a delay to start up, but we got it now. Get that going. Double check for Yagway. We don't have it. We'll go move that up, I guess. Fairy Fire, Skull, dead. Rip Volkey. Pretty much. Yeah, I haven't seen one escape for a while now. But I guess that happens when you try using a gold farming team. Yeah, I might just have to stick with it, not using Sphinx anymore. I feel like it's hurting us more than it's even helping at this point. I know it's not that common we find a treasure gnome, but still. And that was mainly because he did damage to us. If he didn't get the damage hit directly on our Rowan, that would have went a lot differently. But unfortunately he did. And that's one of the slight downsides of using Rowan and really anything that boosts off a certain skill or a certain stat, is when you do take damage on them, you do lose a lot of value, particularly when it's on an armor, because it's so easy to reduce armor on a troop, since that's what they take damage on whenever they take damage, as well as there's troops that can tear off all armor as well, like Mang and Grave Knight and a few others that specifically hit only armor. And a scratch. And then it goes. More like rip 100 souls. I know, realistically, we lost like 100 souls or 2 minor trade stones or something. But you never know, it could have been a Volkey. Didn't you even lose a team with a gnome sometimes last week? Probably. I'd probably lose 1 gnome every 2 weeks approximately. Or maybe even every 1 week at this point. Because we find a few dozen of them per week. Still. I think it comes down to about 20 per week. And sometimes I'm messing around with teams, and of course, sometimes when you happen to be messing around, you just happen to find a treasure gnome. So, yeah, that happens sometimes. Happened to me on one of the Monday resets as well, when I'm, like, messing around with teams, and I'm still doing some of the, like, really horrible setups, because I haven't figured out a really good team for it yet, for some of the useless troops that come in sometimes. Because I always make teams for them, even if they're dead content completely. But, yeah, sometimes we'll get like a gnome. Of course, that's off stream or off video and everything. But normally they die. I think every single time I've actually gotten them killed, but you never know. It's only a matter of time before they do escape when I'm messing with a new team on Monday. Oh, we'll get a Queen Titania. Oh no, we don't even have Queen Titania yet. Ow. Thought we would have by now. I'll go grab that. We don't need it for the damage. I just need it for the better board, which we still don't have yet. We'll throw that in there. We could have taken that for a lot more blue, but we didn't need it, so I didn't do it. Go grab that. We got Yagway, so we'll go for that. That's match. Double Yagway. Didn't even need double Yagway. 1 is enough. Hey, you just got 20 gems from the gnome. Yeah, technically that's like 2.2 Vault keys as well. I mean, gem keys. I wish Vault keys. But, because you can use it for, when you bulk buy them, it's only 9 gems each. So you would still have 2 gems remaining after buying that many. So you would have 2 out of 9 gem keys left. Or, you know, 2 out of 9 gems into a gem key. Did we alchemist? Yes, we did. Let's go throw that down. Oh, that was kind of to be expected that he would miss, but at least we can now just go alchemist somewheres. And we could go do that on green, which we luckily have alignment on. Get a moneylender down. Before we do, let's go grab that, just because we can. Get the moneylender mana we need. 20... Oh, wait, how did... What? We weren't frozen. How did that miss? We had like 21 on the board. And it still missed. Amazing. Okay, we'll go grab that. We'll throw another moneylender, I guess. Get a Queen T in there. Get a Yagway in there. Do we get to know what mythic troops going to be on the Soulforge next week, or is it random? It's random. It's random, but I believe it's on rotation. I'm not 100% certain if they did actually associate it with a rotation yet, but I believe they have. But it's still random. It randomly goes through a rotation where it doesn't repeat any until it goes through all of them at least once, I believe is what it's doing right now. But still, we have no way of knowing prior. Like, right now, we have no way of knowing what will be next week, even if it is on that rotation. We can kind of use process of elimination to kind of determine when something might be coming, just based on it not being around for a while. Like, for example, I think Infernus is coming soon, because people have been asking about it quite a bit lately, so I assume it hasn't been around for a little while. So, yeah. We'll find out for sure if it's on rotation. If it comes in like the next 2 weeks, it definitely is, most likely. That or could just be coincidence, of course, but I believe it is. They said it for a while, but they never confirmed it at any point if it is or isn't. But yeah, it's completely random pretty much as far as knowing ahead of time. We have no way of knowing ahead of time. We do about events. We do know about like in raids and invasion, a few other things in the game. That, unfortunately, is one of the things we do not, though. I will throw a moneylender down. Get a Queen Titania. Get a Yagway in there. S match. Yeah, I don't think there was anything this week. I think the only thing that was in there was Queen Jezebel, which will be good in next week's raids. By next week, I mean, not next week, but the following week. Basically, next raids, I mean. But yeah, I think it's the only current thing in Soulforge right now that's even remotely worth getting. And even that is questionable on if you should or shouldn't. Yeah, Queen Isabel is about the only thing. Everything else is kind of average. I guess there's some other instances, though I wouldn't really put the resources into it. Actually, I probably wouldn't even bother with Queen Isabel. It's kind of, I don't know, it really depends if you want to go good on next raids or not. Because Queen Isabel is going to be pretty potent on next raids, most likely. But yeah, Queen Grapplepot's decent. High Forge is decent. Though, to actually spend 800 diamonds for it is questionable on if it is worth it or not. But all the mythics are definitely not worth it this week. Skady's pretty average. Scorpius is a little bit below average. That's always around. Uriali is decent, but very situational. And Amnesia is excessively situational, but is decent under all Daemon teams when it does get ran for that purpose. But anyways, yeah, that's all that. Let's go and claim our little event thingy. Oh, we finally completed it now. There's 120 gems. So we're already done with all the PvP we need to do. Oh, time to end. No, just kidding. No. I'm pretty sure there's people that have done it like 10 times over, the people that play a lot of PvP. Normally I do it almost like 2 times over. So this week I haven't done as much PvP. As of recently, I feel like I haven't been doing as much PvP though. Just in general. I'll probably reach like about 1,200 by the end of the week. Unfortunately, the excess doesn't actually do anything. But, what do we even need here? We'll go and, I guess, take a, all that. I'll get a bit of mana. Oh no, he's starting the explosion. He decided he wanted to win. Okay, then he decided he didn't want to win. Okay, we might still win. We still have a potential. He initially wanted to win, and then he stopped trying to win. So, we might have a chance. Oh, I can't give him that skull. I can't take this yellow or else he gets it. Oh, wait, I can take it to the left. Take that. Oh no, he still gets a skull out of it though because of the cascade. No, I didn't get money. I didn't get Alchemist down, so we're probably dead. Yeah, he did decide to win. My bad. he gave us a little bit of a break, but no, he did indeed win. There goes another skull. Actually, that one I did give him though. That one I did. Well, we don't have a cascade over here. A lot of stuff is useless. I guess we just take purple. Get a bit of red out of it. Take that skull because we have to. That gives us moneylender too, though it's probably going to miss, but we have to kind of go for it. We don't really have much of a choice. And it does indeed miss, and that is indeed match. No way we're coming back from that. Even if we start getting Yagway going crazy, which is very unlikely. We'd still probably lose at this point. He keeps denying out my mana. We'll go for this. And we have 1 HP. Can we win off of 1 HP? It is possible, though excessively unlikely. Do I throw Yagway? We get 2 individual pokes. Since he's about to explode, I kind of have to, just to make sure we get enough HP to not die. Well, apparently we still die. Yeah, he got too much value at the start there. Unfortunate. Goblin team will do that sometimes, though. The second it decides it wants to start exploding spam is when you know you're dead. We'll go take the green over. Take the yellow over. Take the... Need one of these up. Well, preferably Alchemist. So we'll go take that. Get our mana that we need. Get an Alchemist down. And we could maybe one turn him. Let's see. We move this over. No. We'll take that one down. How do we still not have alignment? Okay, we won't be able to one turn him. Unless we get like a ridiculously lucky cascade here. I guess I could try it on brown. Better green. Green wouldn't give us as good of a chance of extra turning. Plus it gives them more value. But it also gives us more value. Oh well, he doesn't use... Oh, he does use yellow. He uses it for Dawnbringer. I guess I could just do it for purple. We won't get an extra turn off it, but at least we get something. Red, obviously, I don't want to do it on. Oh wait, what about brown? We get one single thing out of it. And that's basically it. Oh, we'll do it. Why not? We'll grab that. We're not able to one-turn him, but it's not that big a deal. Go grab that. Get Moneylender down. As long as this hits, we win, and we did, and that's match. We'll get that down. Get this down. Throw it down again. Dead. Is that enough damage? It might be a little bit off. I'll go throw this down just in case. Upset missed. Okay. Oh no! He's gonna get Dawnbringer. Oh, we'll go throw that in there. Okay, that would have been enough. I could have just killed him the previous turn. Whoops. Hello, Demon Ranger. Welcome. Retreat button. Spam the retreat button. Let's see. Let's see. Ah, that's funny, Blanix. That's funny. Also, obviously, he isn't my girlfriend. He just like strolling us. He's had that name since we came onto YouTube. Because YouTube has the ability to change your name quite easily. Or at least it did back when we started YouTube like a little over a year ago. I think it still does. But, yeah, he ended up changing that in his profile image very soon after. Pretty sure most people know at this point, but standard disclaimer. Let's see. What do we even go for? We'll go and get another Moneylender down. Get that going. Get that down. And what else do we need at this point? I guess we just go and Alchemist somewheres. You know what? We could probably just Queen Titania into Alchemist into win. Oh no, that's not enough damage to kill out his first slot. So you know what? We'll take a Skull, Queen Titania, Yagway dead. And that's match. Techni. You're really good at doing that. I never say never. Let's see. We'll go into next battle. It seems so. Yes, Techni. I am breaking up with you. Okay, we'll go grab that. What do we take? Let's see. Well, we'll go move that over. Go take a blue. Maybe try getting a yellow. Oh, what else do we even need to move around? Guess we'll take maybe a purple. I think we're going to lose this battle. We didn't get an Alchemist. We had the same problem that we have on that Goblin Rocket team. When we had that earlier. What is the best hero class for Xbox right now? Well, it's the same for both platforms. All of them have the same everything at the moment. But the best hero class at the moment is... Well, it depends on your situation. Archer is the most well-rounded hero class. Though that doesn't necessarily mean best overall. They're all really, really situational. Assassin is best skulls. Archer is best well-rounded. Mech is best with, well, mechs. Titan is best with giants, and as well as in some guild dungeon and some raids and invasion days. It's best for because you can use trolls with them. Also, it's pretty good in PvP in general because you can also use trolls with it for a half mana start. Bard class is pretty good when using a pure yellow team, and Dragon Guard class is really good when using all dragons. I think that's all of them. Did I miss any other ones that are kind of relevant? No, that's a good majority of them that I just mentioned. We'll go through that down, throw another poke into that. Should be good to go. Oh, and we get a level. Very nice, very nice. Right into purple, because we go all in on purple. And there we go. And nope, no freeze for us. We'll just go into this guy. And then get some more Sphinx down. But yeah, we'll have the other code soon. TM. Hey, I just heard a gnome. There it is. Yep, we didn't need to get a gnome. Didn't even see it all the way down there. Take the brown over. What do we even go for? I guess we take it on purple. It gets rid of Yagway's potential, but we get a lot of mana out of it. That's more important initially. So then getting a Yagway cast down. The only problem now is we won't have Yagway to go cast, but we could clear out the board one more time, and that should bring us to the point where we can. Exactly 13, so I almost wasted that. Luckily, we can just kill that out, throw it down one more time, and that'll be that. I don't have alignment, but we'll just go grab the reds. It took it the wrong way again. No. And we'll go just do that, and that's match. Be sure to get child support. Also, we only got 2,500 gold. Yeah, I'm pretty sure from that initial gnome earlier that we missed, we probably got nothing from it. There's like a 50% chance we get almost nothing. So it's pretty likely that we get nothing from it. Like, the chance of us getting 100 souls or 2,500 gold is over 50% chance. And if you add the chance of getting like 2 minor trade stones, I think it's up to like 70% chance or something to get no resources at all. Would and furnace work as well in 4th slot? Yes. On this team, it would work pretty much similarly as well in 4th slot. The only slight issue with that is in furnace, mana generates for everything on your team, whereas Divine Ishabala only generates for your what's it called, the yellow, and nothing really else other than that. So she would feed back into herself, and you don't really want her feeding back into herself, because after you've just cast her, you want a board clear or something to kind of get rid of the board, because after you just immediately cast her, there's going to be almost nothing on the board to really help you cast her again. Whereas that's the whole point of Infernus, is you get the board clear from his small amount of explosions. And while it might not be that many explosions, it's enough to clear the board to open it up for another Isabella cast. If you cast Isabella and she gets all of her mana right back up, you can't really cast her again. You're kind of just sitting there with her mana, unable to do anything. Because, well, you just can't cast her. There's nowhere to do it on because you just literally converted out everything she uses. So, that's why you use Infernus in front of it. It still works similarly, but you might get into some really clunky situations where it just doesn't work out if you use her in front of the Infernus. I wouldn't really advise it if you can help to place it otherwise. We don't have Mercy here, so I think I'm just going to go for Diviner. We're not actually frozen on yellow at the moment, so we can just go and convert something like green right here and just go do that. What do we do here? I don't have alignment, do I? No, I do not. So we'll go for the board clear. Every time we don't have it, we just pretty much throw in Furnace. And ideally, we'd have it now, though I think we don't have it again. Even though there's a bunch of things that are extra turns here, none of them actually go into... Oops, I didn't realize we were frozen on both of that. Fail. But none of it, yeah, worked out that well. Still don't have any alignment. I guess we can go and try for... We're not frozen on yellow at the moment, so we go for this. We don't have enough yellow to extra turn. We have a lot of stuff laying around, but again, none of this actually lands in the extra turn. Guess we'll go take that. Now it does, but a little late. So we'll go get that, get the cleanse. Now we can actually start sculling again, since we're not frozen anymore. We'd also have gotten rid of Entangle if we were entangled, though we weren't. We do have the alignment here, so I'm going to go Mercy that, I guess. Get that down. See if we have alignment, go from there. So we'll take that down. We do not have skulls, so we'll just go and Furnace it. Ishabala again. We do finally have alignment. That'll be matched because all the skulls, and even if it's not, it feeds right into Infernus. And that's the whole reason why you do that too. Because if we did do that, we wouldn't have been able to do anything afterwards. We would have been stuck with like a half-mana'd Ishabala and an Infernus that was blocked and not able to do anything. Have I thought about a Sword's Edge team for raids yet? It's most likely going to be Mang, Queen Yezebel, the raid troop, or something along that line. But yes, it's going to be Mang, Queen Yezebel. It might not even be Mang up front. It might be in a safer location. I'm not certain where I'm putting it yet. Depends what other troop I run with it. But yeah, it's going to be centered around Mang, Queen Yezebel, and the new 3 times raid troop thingy. You know, the standard troop that we get every single week. Okay, we'll go take the Browns over. Convert that with Mercy. A lot of mana right there, actually. Full mana on everything. Take the Skull over. See if we can get an Infernus or something rolling from here. I do not believe we have it. I'll just go for Diviner, I guess. Get that rolling. Get that down. Alignment. Do we have it? No, we do not. Yes, we do. Never mind. So we'll go grab all that. Get another Skull. Take everything down. Get another Skull. On top of that, another Skull. I think I had alignment, but I got rid of it. Oops. Well, we'll go for Infernus. Doesn't matter. He dies to that. And there we go. All good to go. Did you think Dragatar, Glitterclaw, Dragon Soul, Sylvania Mora would work? Yes, it would be perfectly fine. A little bit of a weird location for Glitterclaw, though. Well, I guess, never mind. I guess that's fine. Yeah, never mind. What you just said is fine. I'm not certain if I'll be using Anu for it. I don't think we'll need it. Well, then again, it is raid, so we can silence and mana drain the other troops. The biggest problem with Anu is it wouldn't really serve much of a purpose against the raid boss. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe it would. Because you could keep feeding your raid troop more stats, since it is a blue, so you would be getting extra stats on that. Actually, everything on your team would be, except for your hero if it's using Mang. Yeah, it's worth giving a shot. I guess we'll give it we'll definitely try as one of our teams. Because there aren't too many other things we could put on the team. I was thinking of double Queen Yezebel, actually. Just because of Queen Yezebel's mana accumulation thing. Biggest problem I think we'll have is we have no converter on the team. We would kind of need that, whatever the hero weapon is for the week, to do that. But then we can't use Mang, which is going to be the whole point of using Queen Yezebel in the first place. How would a team with 3 Fairish Raws do? 3 Fairish Raws is decent. It's about 50,000 souls per hour approximately, give or take about 5 to 10,000, depending on the rate that you're doing. But, or you know, how much you're paying attention to it and everything. But, the team that you generally run with it is either a Valkyrie up front or a Dragon Soul up front, either or. Either Dragon Soul on Warlord 2 difficulty or Valkyrie on either Warlord 4 or just standard difficulty. You can do it almost any. Depends what route you want to go down. Actually, if they ever add one more attack kingdom, I believe Warlord 2 with a Valkyrie becomes very viable then, because you can actually skull poke for one-shots at that point. Unfortunately, we are 1 attack short right now. If you have max attack right now, you'd be 1 attack short of being able to one-shot on Warlord 2. And I believe that has potential of being 55,000 souls per hour. I obviously haven't gotten the chance to test it yet because we haven't had it yet. But all we need is 1 higher attack on him. Oh, you know what? Actually, there has been times I could have tested it. As long as he has at least 10% bonus, he would have enough stats to do it. So, but yeah, to be able to naturally do it on any week, he would have to have 1 more attack than what he currently has. Yeah, we'll go take a red there. Go take a yellow over, throw Infernus down, go from there. Best weapon for hero and where to get it from and how to get your starting attack to be high. Starting attack to be high, you basically just level up your hero. And ideally a hero class that has plus 4 attack or whatever it is. I think it's plus 4. But there are hero classes that do gain additional attack. Other than that, you get them from attack kingdoms from leveling those up. Oh, we don't have alignment, do we? So we'll go grab that. It's still an extra turn because we took an extra turn on skulls, even though the follow-up was frozen. I'll go get that to get our convert there. But yeah, as far as the best weapon, Dawnbringer would be the best weapon, though it's pretty unobtainable by most people because it costs 1.3 million souls, which is obviously a lot of souls. Even to me, that would be a lot of souls, because we only have 1 million right now. Even if we had to buy another Dawnbringer, I couldn't even afford it at this current moment in time. But, yeah, Dawnbringer is the absolute best weapon. Next up would be Mang in most situations, or at least in raids and invasion, as well as in some PvP situations, that you get at 40 brown, 40 red hero mastery. As far as ones that you can very easily obtain early on in the game, there's War and Peace and Creeping Death. Creeping Death you obtain from 250 wins on the Necromancy class, which you get from the Kedar Kingdom, the one all the way to the east with all the undead troops. You also can get War and Peace early on in the game. This isn't a weapon you use later on in the game, but it is very easy to obtain. It's actually the quickest viable weapon as a newer player that you can obtain, and you obtain it from completing out the Adana Kingdom, and then completing out the Kazil Kingdom, the one all the way up north with all the dwarves, and then completing it out to its fullish completion, doing the little bonus quest line, and then you get a weapon that hits all enemies and gives you a little bit of attack. Works out quite nicely. Another pretty good weapon, you get a 40 brown, 40 purple hero mastery, and that's Black Manacles. Decent AoE with a 20% chance to randomly devour a random enemy, which if it ever occurs is ridiculously potent, if you ever do get it to trigger its devour. And other than that, it's a pretty good majority of the bigger weapons out there. There's a few other kind of niche weapons here and there, but those are the core, really big ones that are pretty decent. Could I show a Queen map team? Sure. For invading or defending? I assume invading. Because there's pretty much defend teams all over the place. We've probably seen like 20 different defend teams with Queen map right now. This stream. But yeah, I'll go do some kind of invade team with her. I personally don't care for an invade because Queen Titania exists and Queen Titania is better. For invading at least. But yeah, she's still usable. For freeze is still really potent against things like goblins and such. And could even be potentially worth switching into just to counter them if you struggle with them a lot. I normally don't unless they just go crazy. But at that point, whenever they start going crazy, pretty much any team in the entire game, even with a freeze, would lose to it. Because if you didn't freeze them yet, they would just auto-win. Okay, let me just go clear out this team real quick. It's a revenge rival. I can't lose this battle. Just in case. Not like we'd lose with a Queen Mab, but I'm a little bit rusty with her since I haven't used her for a while. So just in case, you never know. We'll go get this down. Get Diviner down on green there. Get a Mercy just for... Oh, wait, we already had full mana. Let's go use a Mercy for full mana that we already have. At least they gave us alignment, if nothing else. So we'll go throw that in there. Move that over. Infernus, Divine. Actually, let me throw Divine first. We might get a magic buff. Didn't get it, but it was worth a shot. Any converts worth going for? No. So we'll go throw the Infernus down. Get that rolling. See if we can get anything else going here. I do not believe so. I think we just go for a Skull into maybe eventual Mercy. Then again, I should probably try not to align Mercy because he has a Mercy as well. But luckily he did that into our favor, so we'll go throw that in there. Thank you for playing for our team, Mercy. I love 5 versus 3 battles. Helps out a lot. I don't have any alignment, so I'm just going to explode it all. Actually, you know what? Let's take a Skull, and that's enough damage, I believe, to kill it. Almost. Yeah, it dies to burn. Actually, it dies to Skull. Would have died to both. And down it goes. Anyways, let me go do a Queen map team now. As requested. No team was actually requested. You just want me to build one. Ooh, this could be bad, though. He's using pure blue. He could actually counter us out with what he's about to use. We'll see, though. Let's see. Standard Queen map. Should I just build a Corvash team? There's quite a few ways we could go about this. Let's have me actually build the Kraken version of it. I think that's still one of the more popular ones. I clicked on it. It's not loading. There it goes, finally. Let's see. We need a Queen map. Also, I didn't even realize I don't even have my light on right now. Pretty sure it doesn't make much of a difference. Let's see. How much lighter is my face when I don't have it on? Oh, wow. That's quite a bit darker. It has the auto-adjust on it. But, it's pretty funny. That's weird. When it's darker, that's kind of strange. When it's darker, it makes my face look lighter. But when it's lighter, it makes my face look darker. What? That's kind of weird. I never realized my camera did that. Look, if I turn the light off, this is light off, so it goes dark, but then it adjusted to make it brighter, slightly. But then with the light on, it's really bright, but then it, like, dims it down. That's weird. Anyways, there's a way to actually turn that off, the auto-adjust thing. I just have it enabled just because my lighting always isn't the best in here, so having it auto-adjusted is fine. Anyways, Queen Mab. I guess we'll just go with the standard team, might as well. You've probably seen this around, though, as well. But it is one of the better teams with it these days. And, I don't know, what should we do for our other one? I guess we'll just go double Kraken, might as well. Stick with the double Kraken. You don't normally see this one on defend because it's not as good to see on defend, or as good to use on defend, but it still functions pretty well. I miss using double Kraken. It at one point was the best combo you could really do in the game. Still really potent, even though I personally don't use it as much these days. Also really good on Green Day. You can do Giant Spider, double Giant Spider into double Kraken. It's actually not that bad. Or double Kraken, a Giant Spider, and one other troop. Both of which work out quite decently, even though I personally don't use it as much these days, but it's still very, very good. Well, I don't have any Cascades here. I guess I take a... There's a couple of ways we could Cascade several things. I guess we take a Skull into brown into red, so we'll grab all that. I don't actually need the red aspect of it, but at least it makes it so he doesn't get it. So go grab those greens. Every extra turn we do deals 6 damage to him per extra turn, so we could really start stacking up a lot of damage once we get this thing looping. And it can indeed loop. We're going to take some blues here, just because we don't have as many greens. Need to try getting greens on this board. I'm actually going to take purple, actually. You know what? Grab that. Get a Kraken down. Go from there. So he does have immunity to that, since he does have Submerge. But we can still hit him with Kraken. So he's frozen, so he actually loses his turn right there, which is quite nice. We're going to go double this. It's probably going to miss, but I do need to try for it. We do get some of our mana. And basically, the whole premise of this is ideally you'll be able to get a Kraken looping with a Forest Troll, which can definitely happen from time to time. Sometimes it takes a little while to really get it rolling, though, because it requires getting lucky Kraken. Normally, it's easy to land a Troll, but the Kraken aspect can be a little bit annoying to try to land onto the board. We could go for purple here, try for the Skull, both of which are pretty bad to go for, but I wanted to try attempting for a brown. He goes and silences our first slot, which is one of our main core troops. And he's almost dead, too, because he actually stunned it. So now he can actually do skull damage to it. Luckily, now he can't. And we can just go and hit him with one skull to go and entangle him, just so we don't die to that, which I am going to have to do because we don't have much of a choice. Go grab that. He takes a poke. And, yeah, this is actually not going over too well this time around. Normally, this team doesn't do this bad. We'll go take the skull, get the entangle there, just so he doesn't kill us out. We'll need to get one really good troll in here. As long as this doesn't miss, we should be good to go. Unfortunately, we only have 8, but it's worth giving a shot. So it does indeed miss. And yeah, that's not too good. We'll go take ourselves a green over, get Krakens down. Might need to go bring out the Dawnbringer version of this team. The only problem with that is, of course, most people don't have the Dawnbringer version, whereas double Kraken's a lot easier to build. Yeah, he actually just killed us out with the team. I wasn't expecting that to actually counter us out that much. I said at the beginning that it probably would. Let's go into a team that doesn't have any counter to us. Mainly because Anu actually would have been decent against us in that context, because of how many blues we had, and the fact that how focused we are on blue, given that he has an entire blue team. But this time around, it should work a lot better. He still has things that are focused around blue, but they're not as heavy as Anu at countering us. Actually, nothing he has really particularly counters us, so we should be fine this time around. He did take some green, which is unfortunate, which does make us so we missed there. Oh, no, we don't. Never mind, we still landed it. So it looks like this time we actually did get it going. And this is what it's supposed to do every single time. And then we just double again. He gets a summon there, not much we can do about that, but we can go and try devouring it again. Of course, we have 35% chance every Kraken. And worst comes to worst, we could just win with Kraken hits. And Queen Mab, of course, is mainly just for the freeze. You can get some pokes in there, too, with the excess blue off of Kraken, though. And that's what the team's supposed to do, and what it normally does on most battles. Of course, the previous battle didn't quite go over that well, but that is along the lines of how it normally functions. Personally, I don't run it that often, mainly because it's bad against freeze, even though it does have freeze on itself. And you do see a lot of freezes here and there. Of course, there are quite a few teams that are good against or bad against freeze, but there's things that run quicker, like Queen Titania. Pretty much ever since Queen Titania, I just like completely stopped using Queen Mab. It's because it's basically the same thing, but doesn't have as many counters. It doesn't have the freeze aspect, but you get much quicker wins. Like, I need Alchemist to get full mana. He doesn't have any yet. I don't have a drop for that, so I can't go and grab it, unfortunately. I don't have any of the mana we need for it. I guess we'll just waste our turn. So go take that. He takes away the mana I need, of course. Well then. I guess we'll just take that red, get an alchemist down, go from there. All these yellows do nothing, but I need it for the gold. And now we can throw a moneylender. And they shouldn't miss. Okay, never mind. Well, apparently there was enough color on the board. They were just not in the right locations. But, oh well. We'll go and, I'll take a red or purple. Why not? Grab all the Cascade. Most of that we didn't actually need, though. Hopefully he doesn't kill our alchemist. Luckily he's as bad at hitting as we are. And completely misses right there. I want that red so badly, but he gets an extra turn green. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that works out then. Problem is, we don't have an alchemist cast. I guess we'll go do this on green since he needs it so badly. His whole team is kind of focused around green. He kills our alchemist, but since we already got the team rolling, that won't matter as much. I'll have to go for Yagway first because there's not enough red on the board. Still not enough red on the board, but we can easily go get that right back up. Let me throw a blank Queen Titania here. Oops, I didn't take that turn. Oh, and he got double skull out of it too. Almost killed the thing. But we'll go and should be able to get this now. NS match. And there we go. Oh, can you show us your disenchant button? How many souls would you get? Oh, sure, I can go show our disenchant button and how many we'd get. It's somewhere around 2 million right now or something. I forget the exact value. It's some kind of large number out of large number. And there's our thing for getting our level earlier. Oh, and there's our thing for revenges as well. 2 event keys, very nice. 1 event key and then the other event key. But yeah, let me go show the disenchant value that we'd get. So, oops, that's not where we go. We go under troops, we go under here, we go under upgrade, and we go under disenchant. We would get 2,642,570 souls. We have 2 Dawnbringers worth of souls if we disenchanted every single thing we have. That is a lot of souls. But yes, they could add 3 mythic weapons right now, and we'd be able to afford all 3 of those mythic weapons pretty much if they were to do that right now out of nowhere. Obviously, they're not going to do that, but they'd be lucky if they even had another one anytime soon. But they did say after they nerfed Dawnbringer and Arena, they would consider it. But yeah, we have 2 Dawnbringers sitting right there, worth of souls. 2.6 million. Not even counting any souls we already have. Just the disenchant value that we can get. Let's see. Is there any way to get VIP without cash? Unfortunately, no. I did request that pretty heavily when it first came out. But, and as well as a few others. But, no, unfortunately, there's no way to gain VIP in this game without actually spending money. And there's probably no way that it will ever be possible in the future. Or I don't believe there will be. Let's see. What else did I miss in chat? Could you please tell to Osbald, to tell Syrup, to tell Salty, to tell Surian, to tell, to put Infernus and Soulforge? That's a really big tell line. They don't really have any control over it, though. As I mentioned, I believe it's random, but on rotation, if I'm not mistaken. So they have no control over it, unless they specifically want to add one. Like they did for, they only did that once so far. They can actually technically add anything to the Soulforge that they want, but the normal rotation of Soulforge is completely out of their control, I believe. Which is kind of weird, but yeah, that is how I believe it is currently. But they can, like, if they wanted to at any time, they could just put anything into Soulforge. Even right now, they could put, like, 5 Fairish Raws available in Soulforge. Or, like, every good mythic, like Fairish Raw, Wordbreaker, all that. Just all at once. But they wouldn't. But, like, even, like, literally right now, they could just go modify it and have them in there. Even before the week ends. But, no, they're not going to do something like that, unfortunately. They're just going to let it run on its current rotation. Last Infernus was January 22nd. Seriously? Has it been that long? Wait, how long has the current patch been around? Hasn't it been over 5 months? Because if it is indeed on rotation, you should have came by now. Because the patch should have been, I mean, why did I say 5 months? I meant 5 weeks. Because there's only like 5 to 6 weeks worth of mythics or somewhere around there. So it should have been within that time frame. We should have gotten an Infernus. February 26th was the last Infernus or the last update? Yeah, that was probably the last update. Oh, wow. Yeah, we should have seen an Infernus by now then. That's odd. Okay, maybe it's not on rotation. They never did confirm that it is on rotation. They talked about it for a long time, but they never actually said it in the patch notes. So maybe it's just not on rotation yet. We'll go throw a Mercy in there. Get a Skull. Haven't been paying a great deal of attention to it. I go over it every single Monday, but I just go over it week by week. I haven't really been paying attention to any specific mythic because I have nothing I need to craft within Soulforge, so I'm not paying as much attention to it as some people maybe, like people that might need like a Fair Shra or a World Breaker or an Infernus or stuff like that. But yeah, whenever he does come around, definitely really highly advised to get him. He's really far up there as far as what's considered ridiculously good in the game right now. And he's going to be even better once Doom Skulls gets released, especially if he doesn't get nerfed next patch. They are likely going to be doing some rebalance like they do most major patches, but we'll see for sure if he gets nerfed or not. Even if he does, they're probably just going to tweak his damage down slightly, and even with that damage tweak, it's barely even going to be a nerf because of how good he's going to be with Doom Skull mechanic. So, even if they nerf him, it's barely even going to be a nerf, assuming all they do is cut back his damage some. Let's see. I'll go throw that down. They could probably even revert him. When Doom Skulls get released, they could probably revert him back to pre-buff Infernus. Pre-buff Infernus is exactly what he is now, except with 6 less damage, which would still be insanely good, with the new synergies that are now capable with him, as well as just the Doom Skull mechanic in general that he's going to be great with. Of course, you'll actually need things that can spawn Doom Skulls to use with it. Well, technically, Doom Skulls will naturally fall, I guess, as well. It's a 10% chance that every skull that comes onto the board will be a Doom Skull, though none of the Doom Skulls on the starting board, I mean, no skulls on the starting board will be Doom Skulls, but every new skull that gets generated onto the board, even if you have nothing on either team that creates Doom Skulls, will be a Doom Skull. I mean, yeah, 10% chance. So, like, these skulls that keep coming down, 10% chance they could be, starting next patch. What do we go for here? I guess we go for the red. Go for the last little bit of mana. We get it naturally. Throw Infernus, dead. Oh, there's a Soulforge history page on that? Oh, interesting. I never even realized there was one on there. What on earth is that team? I have never seen that many Anus in one team. That many Butt Knights. Okay, we'll go and throw this in there. I don't know why they call it Butt Knight, though. I guess because it's so similar to the other A word for that. But, yeah, I guess that's the only reason. We'll go throw down the, throw that down. Go move that over. Take that one over. Throw down the blues. Get the Infernus down. The meme teams. There's a full team of them with a Dawnbringer. Actually, what level is she? Oh yeah, over level 1000. I was kind of expecting that. I would not expect someone under level 1000 to have that many of a single mythic. Okay, we'll go throw an Infernus down. How does one even manage to get that many of him, though? Because he doesn't really seem like something you would bother getting more than one copy of on the initial week. There's only been so many key openings since then. Or maybe she went for 2 and then she randomly got a 3rd at some point. Because there are, I guess, some teams that would run with 2. I don't really think any viable team would run with 3, though. Even if you were to go with, like, the perfect mana generator for it, that wouldn't even be worth it. Because it doesn't do enough damage output. Most of its value comes from its final trait. As well as the silence that it has. And just the blue synergy in general. Ha! Because people are butthurt by it. That's funny. Oh yeah, it could be a 50 VIP key pull. There are some people that pull 2 and 3. I've never actually pulled more than 1 mythic from a 50 VIP pull yet. I have not gotten that lucky. But yeah, it is technically possible to pull like 2, 3, 4 mythics from a single 50 VIP key drop. So yeah, that probably could have been what it was then. Someone did. Oh, seriously, what's with that 3 here? Whenever we keep trying for it 5 times, it keeps moving in a way that takes a 3 instead. Which is really strange. I don't know if I'm just clicking it differently or what, but that's like the 5th time this stream that has happened. Okay, we'll go and throw the Infernus down. Might as well just kill it out that way. He does have quite a bit of armor gain, which could get in the way of us actually winning this. Shouldn't be that big a deal, though. Once we get the team rolling. We lost the one troop to kind of keep it intact, but as soon as we get this down, that's pretty much matched. Throw it on brown, keep the yellow and keep the green intact because we're going to be needing for the other troop, which we need right now, actually. So we'll throw that down. Get a poke. Infernus now condensed a bit more. Mercy would be so good right about now. We have all this purple we can't do anything with. At least it goes into Infernus. So at least it gives him mana, but down it goes. Oh yeah, if last Infernus was 7 weeks ago, then it's definitely not on a rotation then. That's guaranteed not on a rotation. Because if it was 7 weeks, then it should only take about 5 weeks for rotation. There's how many mythics right now? About 17, I want to say. I forget the exact number off the top of my head. But yeah, I believe there's less than 20. So if it was indeed on rotation, which appears apparently not, it would only take 5 weeks in order for it to run through every troop. Soon 6 weeks, but still. Should have been here by now, if it was. Okay, I can't Mercy because of all that weird stuff over there, so we'll just go take a yellow. Oh, never mind. We're just up against fire bombs. We don't even need to play to keep battle out. It's easy win. And dead. Never mind. So, didn't even kill it out, but there we go. He even extra turned right at the end. Not like it matters because he has no team left. Or she has no team left. And on it goes. How's our gold looking like? I think we're at 2.5 million, right? Yeah, a little bit past that. Nice. We're getting there. We're getting there. Almost at 3 million. Of course, a million of that's going to be burned immediately as soon as next week comes out because of Guild Wars / just contributing to the guild. Actually, how much did we contribute to the guild this week? I feel like I've been doing slightly under. I've been doing over 1 million each week, but normally I do like 1.5 million or so. Yeah, this week I've been doing a little bit less than that. I've been trying to do a little bit over just so we encourage other people to do so. Also, what's with some people not doing anything? Pipera. What is up with Pipera? I might need to look into that. Might need to kick it on Monday. Not sure what's up with that. But I will need to go look into it because he's been doing that for a while now. But anyways, let's go into the next battle. See what we can do here. 27 mythics? Wait, when has there been that many mythics in the game? How many weeks rotation is that then? 4 per thing. Divide that into the other one. 5, 6, 7. 7 weeks. Oh, okay. So technically, if Infernus appears next week, it might be on rotation then. Because that would be about how long it would take to rotate. Well, actually, you can't really count that many, though, because some of them don't count. Zugov doesn't count. Xenos doesn't count. Because they're never on the rotation because they're always available. And never mind, those are only 2 that don't count. So there's 25 mythics then, or at least 25 that could be on rotation. Which still is actually the exact same amount, because that's the same amount of weeks. So that'd be 7 weeks total per rotation, if it was on rotation. Because, yeah, you would have to make it divisible by 4, or the next highest that would be divisible by 4, which would be 28, which is 7. Right? 7 times 4 is 28, yeah. So it'd be 7-week rotations to get every single mythic in there. And that'd be the case for a few more mythics. If it was actually that way. Hopefully it will be by next patch if it isn't right now. Now we'll go throw that down. Get Infernus down. And let me just move that over. Because I mentioned it a lot. Go take that over. Get the Mercy. Actually, I don't even need Mercy. We'll go throw, I guess, the Infernus, then throw Isabella or Ishbala. And should be good to go. So we'll throw that in there. Get Infernus. Ideally, that would have died. Now it's dead. Infernus and 1 poke will do it. Or 2 pokes, actually. Never mind. They're both still alive. We'll just go and Mercy that. Get the heal so she doesn't die. Not like that really matters at this point. But down it goes. And there we go. You got a Jotnar in Gem Keys this week. Any viable PvP team for him? Yes. Alchemist, Moneylender, Goblin Rocket, Euro Firemantle. Ends up working out decently. Even if he's not traded, it works out nice. And we're almost at 7,000, which is probably pitiful compared to everything else. We're at rank 47,513. We're doing good. Gosh. That is pretty low, putting it that way. We're in 47,530, or we're in 47,513th place right now on PvP leaderboard. Well then. And we'd have to more than triple our score to make top 100. Actually, if you triple our score would probably be top 1,000, if even that. Yeah, we're barely anywheres with that. So just on PC Mobile, there's over 40,000 people who have played PvP more than us this week. Okay, we'll go take the red there. We'll go take another red. What else do we need? We'll go take a yellow, throw Infernus down. You're in 63,500th place? Oh, are you not doing PvP this week? Do you only ever farm EXP these days? I guess that kind of makes sense given how high your level is compared to everyone else. What do you do as your EXP farming method? I assume it's either challenges or explore spam. Either challenges on the higher difficulty or explore on kind of standard difficulty. Because I don't think there's any quicker method other than that, since you don't do PvP or anything. I know some people from my guild used to do that too. I don't think any of them EXP farm anymore though, because it's pretty useless to actually EXP farm. Very little benefit is actually really gained from it, unless you're really trying to be one of the highest levels in the game. It's the only real benefit you can gain from it. Doing it just for the sake of doing it, if you're kind of like mid-range. Once you reach like level 1000, you very, very little benefit is gained from every subsequent level. We'll get a Mercy in there. Divine Ishpala. And I guess we just throw Infernus. There's plenty of things we could have taken, but none of it would have really helped much. Don't have any good mana generation to go do here. I'm actually going to throw a blank Mercy, just so we can have alignment for our following turn. I'll go grab that. He actually went for a Skull instead, which is quite beneficial, because now he just Infernus and dead. And that's match. He'll die to burn, or die to Skull, or die to something. Apparently not. Let me take a Skull. There we go. You don't PvP much anymore. Oh no, I still really enjoy PvP. Still wish they would add some kind of new minigame though. That'd be a lot of fun. Treasure Hunt was like absolutely huge when it first came out. And it's still a pretty fun thing to kind of just mess around with from here to there. But I really wish they would have something thematically like that. Like something that's completely non-combat related with any troops that exist within the game. Just as a little fun game mode to mess around with. That doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the main core of the game. What do we go for here? We'll go for... move that over. See if we can get Divine Ishpala. Get that in there. Well, I guess we'll get Diviner. Magic buff, exactly what we need. Best possible buff. Throw Mercy, just clear board. Obviously, we don't need the mana. Don't have alignment, so we'll just go into Infernus. See if we can get this rolling. Not sure if we can actually get that. Yes, we can. Perfect. That gets us the cleanse we need. That also gets us Mercy if we want it, though this case I don't think we go for it. And that's that. He'll die to burn in 2 turns, or we could simply kill it with any damage source whatsoever. So we'll go and cleanse, just so we don't lose our turn. And Infernus dead. And down it goes. You only explore when there's a gold event like this week, otherwise you just do challenges? Interesting. Do you do first challenge Divinian Fields, or do you do a different one? Biggest issue with first challenge Divinian Fields is mainly the agile on first slot. I know there's a few others out there that are actually pretty decent. I've just always been a fan of using first one on Divinian Fields. Just because it is the lowest durability, but still. The fact that it has 20% agile technically makes it stronger in some instances, because you can't skull poke it. But if you're just doing cast damage, then it doesn't make any difference. If you're running like AoE cast, quick kill, which most quick challenge teams would be set up as. Okay, we'll go through, I guess get that in there. See if we get alignment we need. No. No alignment. We'll go throw that in there. Move that over. Now we do. We have to take everything off the board just to get it, but we'll go and get Divine in there. Get our extra turn, poke. and furnace. Actually, before we do, let's get Ishpala. Get the poke in there. Another poke. Move that over. And furnace. And pretty much dead from there. Oh, didn't even realize what time it already is. Wow. Let me go give out the other redeem code. Because I'll probably be heading off in the next 10 minutes or so. Haven't even ate anything yet today, so it'll be my breakfast lunch then. But let me go give out the next code for all of you guys. This will be the last code for today. Next code will probably be on our 2-year anniversary on this Monday. Let's see, what's the next code? Let's see. What does TLYF stand for? Or does it stand for anything? Because you put this in our in this code. I'm pretty sure that stands for something. I forget completely what it stands for. There's becoming way too many abbreviations for things. We need to stop abbreviating everything. Too many abbreviations. Anyways, let me go copy paste this, see if it works. Go claim it, put it up, and go from there. Put that in there. Put that there. Put that there. I'm not a robot. Redeem. And success. Okay. That's all good. I marked it so we know we used it for later. And is that it? Yes. Okay. So let me go put it below me, and then let's go put it in chat for anyone that's getting here later. Where's the redeem code interface? There it is. Put that there. Put that there. Copy it. Boom. Paste. Center it, kind of. And close enough. There we go. And click to save. Click OK. Move it over. And we're good to go. Okay. So all that's situated. Ready to go. And, yeah, there's that. Use it on gemsofhorror.com underneath the game code section. And there it is. Boom, boom. There's a link if you just want to go click on that. And if it doesn't work for whatever reason, just click the little redeem code thingy on it. Your invite code can be found underneath your options menu where it says invite code. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. The redeem code is obviously the one that says redeem code below, as well as the one in chat. And again, use on gemsofhorror.com underneath the game code section. And it gives the normal reward as always, not that. Have 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. I forget if we opened the key from earlier. I don't think we did, so let's open 2. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, we finally got something that's not an ultra rare, though it's something I don't need. Princess Aquila, pretty weak. It is one of the only few yellow storms these days, and a runic. I actually prefer the runics over getting useless copies of ultra rares and stuff, or even useless copies of epics, because at least that goes to our piles of maybe needing these eventually. Not sure if we ever will, but you never know. Maybe. Could you imagine if they finally add a trait stone sync to this game? There are people that have like over 10,000 miners, probably over 20,000 miners. Tech Knight, how many miners do you have? But yeah, we have almost over 10,000 yellow miners. Almost over 7,500 yellow majors, as well as over 5,000 all those. We have over 1,200 of every runic in the game. And we just got another one from the thing. Oh, never mind. We still need more brown. Well, almost over 1,200 of each. Almost over 2,000 of the yellow. And we're almost base 150 of every runic. I believe we were earlier, but then we upgraded a bunch of stuff. And then it went down. But yeah, we almost have over 150 plus of every arcane trait stone. I think the only 2 that are behind are green, blue, and that's it. Is green, blue available this week? No, it was brown, purple this week. Let's see. How's our brown, purple looking? 169, I could probably buy a few more of those. I don't think I want to waste my glory on it, though. I don't really need more copies of the current troop. Yeah, the lowest, I think, is, let's see, we have Venom, yellow, purple, green, purple at 150. And yeah, we only have one that's below, and it's green, blue. Something was upgraded recently with green, blue, I assume. But yeah, we're too short on having that up. But once we do that, we're back at 150 base. And of course, we have 397 Celestials. But yeah, we need a trait stone sync of some kind. We have way too many. A lot of people have way too many because there's nothing to put them into once you trait every troop. It's hard to initially trait every troop, but once you reach it, you basically perpetually have everything fully traded for the rest of the game. Because once you reach that point, it's ridiculously easy to maintain it. 110,000 yellow miner trait stones. That is absolutely absurd number. That is a lot of trait stones. I don't even have over 10,000 of one, and you have over 100,000. Though you probably only have those in yellow and purple as your highest 2, I would assume. Because you're probably divining fields or some other location to quick farm. Code does not exist? Oh, if you're copy pasting it from chat, make sure to backspace once. YouTube sometimes adds a weird, irrelevant, completely unnecessary space after you try copy pasting. So just click backspace like once and just double check it, or just manually type it out if it's not working out. Test like you fly? Is that seriously what it stands for? TLYF? I actually need to go double check that on the almighty Google. Also, we got a treasure gnome. Or did we get a treasure gnome? Is he seriously going to escape again? If we have 2 treasure gnomes escape in one day, that's just worth exiting from this stream immediately. You know, he might still escape, we'll have to see. But hopefully not. That would be quite depressing. He better not. It's like, no, he better. No. No, definitely don't. We'll go move that over, move that over. Actually, probably should have taken that for yellow instead of taking it for blue. I did not need blue. Well, I guess, well, technically we use blue, but we don't need blue. So we'll go take that down, just for the convert mainly. Get our mana back up. Get the enchants going a little bit. He better not escape. Good. He's going to. He is totally going to escape this battle. He has the chance. A really high chance. What do we do this? We'll go throw a Mercy down. Trying to get some skulls going. Get a Isabella again. I gotta tear through his entire team so we can get to the gnome. So far so good, but that's not gonna be enough damage right now. Unless we can divine Isabella into a magic buff. Exactly what we needed. That should be enough damage. There we go. What does this treasure gnome have for us? 2,500 gold. Useless gold. Well, not useless gold, but you know, a pretty small amount of gold. Let's see. You trade your Infernus with orbs. What will you get after refund? You would get the trait stones back, not the orbs. You would never get orbs back when you get refunds. It would always be trait stones. Which could be a good thing or a bad thing. Because if you were to refund that, you'd be getting a lot of those trait stones back. You'd be getting, like, what, 21 of both the arcanes and a bunch of other stuff. But yes, it would give you the trait stones, not the orbs. Though in a way, you can use this to your advantage if this was to occur. Because if you were to use orbs to go and trade them up and then disenchant them, you could use those trait stones that you get from disenchanting them to upgrade troops that are of lower rarity, like legends, epics, and, well, everything else that's not mythic. So you can do it that way. Whenever mythics ever get nerfed and refundable, if they ever do, it's actually going to be a pretty nice thing these days. Because you could just go, if they're not already traded, you could orb them up, then disenchant, or, I mean, not disenchant them, don't do that, and then refund them. And you should get back trait stones, not the orbs. So you can then put those trait stones into legends and other lower rarity stuff to basically get better value out of it. I think there are some people that intend to do that. It would only be viable to do on mythics, though. Maybe on legends, though mainly only on mythics would that actually be viable to do. Or at least would be the best value that you could get from doing. But, yeah, very, very, very rarely do they ever nerf a mythic. Sometimes they unintentionally do it, like they nerfed War. They also technically nerfed Def slightly. Def used to have 2x skull damage to Def-marked enemies, but then they replaced it with the Undead trait that they gave to all Undeads. But in doing so, they technically nerfed them. But, yeah, very rarely do they actually go and nerf mythics. And most of the nerfs they have done were actually to things that didn't even need nerfs, which is kind of weird. But, yeah, if a mythic ever does get nerfed, it is a pretty good idea to orb it, then disenchant it. Or just disenchant it and then re-orbit, or just redo it. Or, yeah, re-orbit, I mean. Because you get to use those trait stones for other stuff. And that's basically like instantly getting 21 arcanes of both the types, plus all the other trait stones. Which is quite a lot of trait stones to throw into stuff if you're low for upgrading. Treasure Gnome calls rage quits. No, I normally don't rage quit from things. If anything, it would just be done just for fun. I wouldn't like genuinely rage quit like ever. I don't tend to get really frustrated like that most of the time. I also never get mad, so that's another factor. It's really weird. I don't know why that is the case. I still, like, ever so ridiculously occasionally, but normally it's more... normally the term I'd use to describe it would be more so frustration than actually being mad. Because I'm pretty understanding about just about everything. So I don't really ever get mad at anything or anyone for any reason. Let's see. Everyone does something for a reason. So we'll go and move that over. Take the explosion down. See if we can get something else down. We'll just take a skull. We don't really have anything to throw anywhere. I guess we'll just go Mercy if nothing else. Get some Cascade. I think that gives him 5 times. Yeah, it does. But he doesn't actually use yellow, so that's pretty irrelevant. Well, actually, it gives us that. Get the Cleanse. I mainly just wanted that for Cleanse so we weren't frozen anymore. Just in case Infernus feels like extra turning on yellow or purple. Which he doesn't, but you never know. Let's see. I guess we'll get Divine in there. Throw it on blue. Get Infernus down. And that's match, and that's dead. And there we go. Yeah, because I'm soft. Just notice this is live, and the code is already dead. Is it seriously already dead? We only had like 100-something viewers. Shouldn't be dead already. Apparently. Maybe it got shared in global chat or something. Global chat can kill it pretty quick if it did get shared there. Am I even in global chat? I'm not even in global chat right now. I don't know if they did, but if global chat 1 or something shared it, there's normally like several hundred people in global chat 1, so that could spread pretty quickly. It could have also gotten on the Discord page. I don't have Discord open because I always keep it off when I'm streaming, but that could have also done it. Oops, apparently trying to open up chat crashes your game. Actually, it didn't crash. It's just going through a loading screen. I can't do anything, though. I'm trying to, like, move the brown. It's in this loading screen until chat does something. Well, I might need to exit the battle. Apparently, chat just crashed us. That's what I get for trying to check global chat. I'll give it about 30 seconds. If it doesn't, I'm closing out the game and restarting it. Or maybe this is a sign that we should go and stop for now. Well then. Where do you put the code on Xbox? Oh, I forgot. You can only use it on PC Mobile. It does not work on console, unfortunately. You only do it on PC Mobile. They will hopefully eventually have it for console, but due to policies on console versions, they are unable to implement it for console. They could easily do it. It's just policy reasons that they can't, and they haven't been able to convince it. But anyways, guys, given that this thing is just going through an infinite loading screen right now, it's about that time anyways, I think I'm just going to end the stream for now. But we will be back later tonight in 7 hours from now for the standard stream later tonight. Let's see. Flame Troll, Feral Hounds, Yagway, and Queen Titania. Interesting combination. I don't think it would be better than Alchemist Moneylender, though. But one interesting thing to do is using Dark Troll, Flame Troll, is it? Yeah, Dark Troll, Flame Troll. Dark Troll, Flame Troll with a Fairish Raw team is also pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of teams do get built out of that general premise. It's a nice kind of structure to build most teams around. Double mana generator loop followed by double damage source tends to be pretty potent. But anyways, guys, this thing's just loading forever, and by the time we reload it and everything and all that, we're just gonna leave it here for now. Anyways, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We'll be back 7 hours from now to go over everything tonight, dungeon or invasion, dungeons, messing with new spoilers. Maybe they'll post another spoiler, we'll have to see, and all that good stuff. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Thank you so much for coming down. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, and we'll be back soon. And we're almost at the 2-year mark of doing this. So very close. And let's see, how many subscribers are we at right now? Yes, if you could spread around the word. We're only 18 more left. I should probably go spam global chat later if it will ever let me in. In this loading screen. But, yeah, we're so close. Thank you guys for the continued support. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye, everyone. And, yeah, see ya.